following is a presentation of WCTV Sports.
It is in the end zone for an unbelievable touchdown.
Welcome to Arkwright Stadium and the Gridiron on Grandview. It is Wadsworth Homecoming 2022, and it's week number 8 of the Ohio high school football season. And tonight, it's a non-conference matchup. The Austintown Fitch Falcons will take on the Grizzlies in what may be one of the most interesting games to watch here in Northeast Ohio. A Grizzly win will put a big stamp on their season with 2 conference games remaining against North Royalton next week in Twinsburg the following week. Hello once again, and thank you for joining us for another WCTV production of Wadsworth Grizzly Football. I'm Mike Elkins along with my partner, Robert Rickenbacker. And well, the Falcons, they come in tonight, Robert, at 6-1 on the season, and they are coming off a 35-3 win last week over Strongsville in the first ever meeting between those two schools. The Falcons are currently ranked 14th in Division II in the state of Ohio and 4th in Division II Region 5, and they are behind Painesville, Riverside, Hudson. We saw a few weeks ago they're at number 2 and Hoban, of course, at number 1. Their only loss of the season, well, that came in week number 6 as they traveled to Paul Brown Stadium and lost to the Massillon Tigers 49-28. The Grizzlies are 5-2 overall. They're currently ranked 3rd in Division I, Region 1, and they are behind number 2 Medina and number 1 Lakewood St. Ed's in the computer poll rankings. Now the Grizzlies, they've won 2 of their last 3, including last week's dominating win against the Bulldogs at Stowe, where we saw the return of senior quarterback Luke Fisher.
Yeah, Mike, oh boy, did Luke Fisher return in style. He was nearly perfect on the night. He was 18 of 21 for 298 yards, 4 touchdowns, and for good measure, he had 1 rushing touchdown as well. So here's the national anthem. We'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Okay, excellent job. His 4 TD passes went to 4 different receivers, Luke Fisher's did. He hit Aaron Keene for a 12-yard touchdown, Davis Nye for a 51, Tommy Arnold for a 6-yard touchdown, and Drew Jones got a 30-yard touchdown. In doing so, he picked up the Medina Gazette Player of the Week honors. Now, with Luke back, here's the bonus to that. Luke's back, we get ultra-talented Will Stack back at receiver, which is a huge deal here. As they went on to connect for 6 times that night for 88 yards. Now, Wills didn't get in the end zone, but he sure was slick with carrying the ball when he caught it. He had some great shifty moves. Now, it was a dominating performance all the way across offense, defense, special teams. Fisher led the Grizzlies offensively in 6 consecutive touchdowns, not counting the one right before halftime when they ran out of time. So, welcome back, Luke Fisher. Makes the whole team a complete different ball game. Luke moving Will Stack out to the side there. Now, as I said now, Davis Knight had 3 catches for 67 yards. Drew Jones, 3 for 66. Tommy Arnold had 2 for 20. Will Stack, like I said, had 6 for 88. Kyle Figueroa got in on the action with 8 carries now for measly 83 yards and a 35-yard touchdown. Defense was stellar as usual. As usual, they only need 49 plays to hold the Bulldogs to 3 points on the night. Their starting defense only gave up 122 yards. That's phenomenal. In the last 4 of the past 6 games, they limited opponents to 100 yards, which is huge, giving up only 84 yards on the night to Stowe. Now, the Grim Reaper, Cohen Grimm, Peyton Pappas, Aaron Reese, Evan Crowley wreaked havoc all night long against Stowe. You know what? And they will need that same type of game tonight against a very, very talented Austin Fitch team.
Yeah, absolutely. This Austintown Fitch Falcon team, Robert, is very well coached. They've 6-1, as we had mentioned already. They're averaging almost 37 points a ball game and allowing defensively 18 points a game. They're outscored their opponents this season 258 to 127. As we get a look at the Fitch Falcons there on the far sideline here at Art-Wright Stadium. Something to keep in mind, though, as we go through this evening's contest. Of their 6 wins, 4 of them are against teams that have a season record thus far below 500. That includes that Foothill High School team from Nevada that they opened the season with at Austintown, where they are 2-5. Canton McKinley is 3-4. Glen Oak 2-5, and Strongsville 2-5. So they haven't played a lot of great football teams. Of course, Massillon Tigers, very good football team, and of course, there's a good look at our Grizzlies as Braden Probst is. Getting these guys excited. This is a big football game for the Grizzlies. Boy, a win tonight, man, it just puts a stamp on this season as they charge onto the field here as we're just a few moments away from getting this one underway. But a couple of players we want to watch tonight, of course, quarterback, junior, number 9, Deshaun Vaughn. He's 5'10", 175 pounds, and he is a dual threat for this Falcon offense. Their running game is charged behind the power of 5'10", 215-pound senior running back, number 5, Jamel James, and a crafty slot receiver and 5'8", 160-pound junior Dan Evans. But the guy that we want to talk about, number 24, and he is one big guy on the offensive. He's a tight end, and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, it was actually number 23.
Yep, number 23.
And it's on the he'll play both sides of the ball. A lot of these Austintown boys play both sides of the ball, but one we're going to circle tonight is number 23, Brian Robinson. He's a junior. He's only 6'5", 235 pounds at defensive end, and he holds over 20 Power 5 scholarship offers. We're talking USC, Georgia, you name it, he's got him looking at him. So he's going to be impressive. We'll see what he stands out and looks like tonight when we get to play with him. So
yeah, looking at defensively, it's a strong defensive team. Last week against Strongsville, negative 23 yards rushing. So we're going to have to definitely move the football here tonight in various ways.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to. We're going to have to play a complete game. This is probably a better team that we've seen all year. I think offensively, Medina may have been better offensively, but the team we're going to see here tonight in Austintown is collectively better talent all the way across the field.
Yeah, Wadsworth did win the coin toss. They deferred, so the Falcons will receive.
It puts our defensive unit out there first. We get a feel of this dual threat quarterback. Actually, they got 2 or 3 people can run it any time. The quarterback, they have a tailback, and James that can carry it. Yeah, this is going to be an explosive game. Yeah,
and wide receivers, they've got tremendous speed. They can get downfield quickly, so that'll be a challenge to the secondary here. And boy, this defense, I'm excited to see how they perform tonight against Fitch because they've been dominant pretty much most of the year, save the Medina game. And we're underway here at Art-Wright.
Taken by number 42 for Finch. Gets across came up to the 25 and then retreated and got knocked down by number 21, Russell, for the Grizzlies.
12, Carson Bucks on this stop for the Grizzlies special teams, and that's a really good special teams play because if he gets around Carson Bucks, then he's got a lot of open space on that Fitch sideline.
You see, looking there, we got new black jerseys, which is a rarity here in Wadsworth. You don't see that too often. They look very sharp, very nice. So James is in the pistol formation now, setting up to the right of Vaughn, the quarterback. Vaughn hands off to James right away. He's met. It looks like he's going to just get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Maverick Blackburn scraping his way down that line of scrimmage.
James is hurt. It looks like he's grabbing his ankle.
Blackburn with a nice play on first down, and this is not good for Austintown Fitch Falcons. Jamel James, we talked about him just a few minutes ago. A big back, powerful back, likes to run downhill, and looks like he's in some pain as they take a look at that ankle. And plays to the left side, and he cuts, and that ankle just gets caught underneath him on the Blackburn tackle. He just twists it.
I think Maverick ended up landing on it, and it rolled over and twisted.
Yeah.
That's a big deal to the Fitch offense.
Yeah, a reminder that Jamel James, 5'10", 210-pound senior running back.
Definitely has looked like he's hurt his left ankle.
Yeah, you see that knee kind of gets rolled under there too on the weight of Maverick Blackburn. That left knee, you see as it hits the turf, and then Maverick, as he just finishes the tackle, rolls over, and he's hobbling off, and that is not a good sign for the Falcons here tonight.
Not putting any weight on it at all. Let's hope for the best for the young man. One thing we were talking about, and we were looking at the roster, yes, it's full of talent, but a lot of these young men for Fitch they play both ways.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing now. So checking in for James, who's going to be number 42, DJ Williams. Now, let's not think he gets any smaller. He's 5'10", 190 as well.
Yeah, and he's a powerful back as well.
Hand off to Williams, right up the middle. He picks up the first down. So no drop off really, as we were seeing. Their yardage they've gained so far this year, they were equal, 600 some yards each.
Well, that time the Falcons do a nice job opening up that left side, giving Williams a big hole, enough to get a first down for the Falcons at their own 35-yard line.
Vaughn hands off to Williams. Bouncing it to the right, picking and choosing where he runs. He was almost brought down for no gain in the backfield. It looks like one of the Grizzlies just missed him.
Yeah, one of the things that we talked, Robert, before the game was how important it was to make the tackle on first contact, and that was a missed tackle for loss for the Grizzlies. It ends up in a gain of about 9, second down and 1 now for the Falcons.
Interesting. I'm seeing here, if I see right, number 2, and maybe we have jerseys number different. Number 2, Drew Jones is in the defensive end, left defensive end at the moment. Williams taken down in the backfield for a loss.
You'll see Maverick Blackburn from his linebacker position just shoots the gap, disrupts the play. Williams has to cut to the left, and he's met by a host of Grizzlies.
It's a good shot of Maverick right there.
Yeah, we talked a few minutes ago off the air about how important the play of Kaufman and Maverick Blackburn will be tonight to disrupt this running game of the Falcons.
So it brings up a third down and a short 2. First pass play. Looks like he's going to come close to that first down, getting that before he's ran out of bounds by a couple of the Grizzlies.
Now that's just as good as a long stretch play. You've got some speed on the outside. You only need 2 yards. You get the ball there and you let the receiver do the rest of the work. The reception there, I believe, was by number 13, Jaden Ely.
It looked like Lemp, number 19, who ran him out of bounds.
So now 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 46-yard line. Second first down of this drive.
Jet sweep, number 3 with the ball. That's Evans. The Grizzlies did a great job on that.
Well, Braden Probst in there making a big play. He's disrupting that, as along with Ian Kaufman, I believe, was also on the play. So that's our first tackle for loss. And we talked about Probst all year long, how he likes to come up from that safety position and just, lead this team, this secondary in tackles. And that's one of the way he does it. He just finds the football.
He comes downhill hard.
Second down and 16 now for the Falcons.
Vaughn throws off to the right. Williams has it. And nicely done by the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Lemp was there.
Yeah,
so was Sams.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Lemp, and that's an open field tackle. as I believe number 42 was on the reception. That's DJ Williams. And again, if you don't make that play right there by Lemp, I mean, Williams has got the whole sideline in front of him.
That was a great job. That's what we're going to have to do all night long. There's one thing, we have to be patient, and things are not always going to go the way the Grizzlies want. And sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. You just got to forget about it and get ready for the next play.
Money down for the defense for the Grizzlies. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons.
Vaughn rolls left, finds a receiver number 3, picks it up. He does pick up the first down before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Dan Evans on the reception, and that's just a simple rollout play to the left. Evans coming across the middle, finding the open spot just in front of the Grizzlies secondary. And a pickup good enough for a Falcon first down. But that's one that you certainly would have liked to see the Grizzlies stop them on 3rd and 12. 1st and 10 now from the Grizzly 36-yard line.
Vaughn keeps it right up the middle.
Now that's the first time we've seen Vaughn tuck it away, and we talked about it just a few minutes ago. He's a dual threat. And a gain of about 5 on the play.
And Vaughn, we're going to see him. He plays both ways. He's a D1 recruit at safety.
Yeah.
And a lot of D1 programs are looking for him to play. He's a good size. Like I say, he's a junior. He's going to continue to grow.
2nd down 5 now for the Falcons on a very methodical drive to open up this game here tonight at Art Wright Stadium.
Hand off to Williams, right up the middle. He's going to be short of the first down marker. Very close, though.
Yeah, they're going to mark him, maybe a half a yard short. So we've got Reese coming into the football game, and he'll be at nose tackle for the Grizzlies.
Hand off to Williams, tries the right side. And there you go. Sams just trips him up. If he does not, he has the whole corner. And a lot of green in front of him. Sams does a nice job. Good look at Sams there, number 33.
Williams only needed about a half a yard. Oh, I guess they did give him a first down, my friend, on that last carry. So about a 1 yard gain there. 2nd down and 9.
Williams to the left of Vaughn this time. Vaughn rolling left. Cohen Grimm chasing him down, but that's going to be caught out of bounds, though.
Yeah, it looks like Lemp was on the coverage. Good coverage on the play. It will be an incomplete pass. Pressure was coming from Cohen Grimm off that right side of that Grizzly defensive line.
The Grimm Reaper.
Yeah, you know, Vaughn just got rid of it.
Cohen did put a nice little lick on him cleanly.
Well, another 3rd and long now for this Grizzly defense. They gave up a first down on 3rd and 12. This is 3rd and 9, and well, you've got to get a stop here. You got to wonder. I'm not sure about this Falcon kicking game, but this could be. This is obviously 2-down territory for the Falcons.
You have number 24, Ben Sullivan, in an H-back. He's their tight end. There's some confusion in Fitch from where to line up. Players telling each other where to move to. Finch looks like he takes a timeout.
Yeah, but not before the play clock expires, and so there's a delay of game, and that'll back them up 5, and that will make it a 3rd down and 14.
That's big.
Play call, and that changes things.
Yes, it does. So Coach Knapp's got a moment here to talk to his players and get something set up.
Luke Ryder, nose tackle, Cohen Grimm on the right end. Peyton Pappas on the left end, the near side. Looks like we're going to have man coverage on the near side here.
Vaughn drops back to throw. It's a little bubble screen. Number 1 catches it, but he's going to go down, not getting very many yards, maybe picking up 4.
Yeah, that's the Iowa State commit, right? Cam Smith on the reception for the Fitch Falcons. Braden Probst once again on the stop for the Grizzlies.
Iowa State commit, as you're saying, they're looking at him playing defensive back for Iowa State now, where our Carson Marshall is playing these days.
4th and 11 now. Blitz coming.
Kaufman showing blitz.
Now the Fitch will wisely call a timeout, and 4th and 11. You don't want to turn the ball over this deep after it's been a very methodical and productive drive for the Falcons thus far. You're 4th and 11 right now. You call the timeout, and we'll see what Coach Knapp now calls.
That'd be about a 42-yard field goal. That's a pretty big field goal in high school. I don't know if on a cold, crisp evening, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
but
you've got
11 yards is a lot of yards to pick up against this Grizzly defense.
Yeah, you got a slight breeze coming from the north. But to your point, 42 yards is a pretty good kick for high school. And again, we're not sure about their kicking game. Obviously, they're going to go for it. That's why they don't believe they can make it. What a beautiful night. We've been blessed all season long with great weather for high school football. A little chilly tonight, but we'll take it.
Yep, it's fall in Ohio.
Yeah, look at the beautiful colors.
You see the trees out here. They're all different colors, orange, green, red. Beautiful setting for high school football tonight.
Here we go, 4th and 11 in a different formation. Now looks like they're going to kick it away.
Yeah, it looks like a little pooch punt. And Davis Nye takes it at the 10-yard line. So the Grizzlies do take possession of the ball at the 10-yard line. Defense comes up, makes the stop, aided by a big penalty.
Yeah, that's a 12-yard difference from where essentially is a 12-yard punt.
Yes.
Is really what it is. So 5:54 remaining here in the first period.
And I'll play devil's advocate here. If you're coach of Finch, would you not just throw it into the end zone? Because if it gets picked off, it's in the end zone or near the end zone, or you get a touchdown.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. So here we go, 5:54 remaining here in the opening quarter. This is the Grizzlies' first possession. Got a whistle and a...
This looks like an umpire.
Yeah, looks like the chain is messed up on that far sideline.
Yeah. It's nice to see Luke Fisher back here. Again, last week we didn't broadcast live, but he got the first start back from being healthy at Stowe, and it was just phenomenal. Nice to see number 8 back there. We have Kyle Figueroa to the left of him at the moment. A little trips bunch formation here on the screen.
Yeah, jumping off sides there is going to be number 10, Jayshawn Barrett, 5'10" senior, 190 pounds. So that'll be first down and 5 now for the Grizzlies. And again, big number 23. He's your right side defensive end for the Falcons.
6'5", 235, 240 as a junior. He's just going to get bigger.
Big Aaron Reese on that side. That's going to be a good matchup.
Figueroa, huge hole, and just gets tripped up. If he doesn't tripped up, I think he goes for easily another 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, we might have a hold on the play. A flag was thrown from the official on the far side of the field.
Are you saying that's how we got our big hole? The big hole was from holding?
I'm not saying that.
No.
We'll see. I think, obviously, the Falcons are going to accept the penalty, but I think that's an interesting matchup here tonight. You got Aaron Reese against, the big number 23 guy, Brian Robinson.
Now, if anyone got to see a little bit of film or anything on last week's game with Aaron Reese, he was a pancaking machine. If he didn't put the guy on his back or throw him to the ground, he drove him 15 yards downfield. He was phenomenal last week.
Reese has got... Yeah, I mean, you look at the fella, Brian Robinson there, and
number 23,
long arms, and as a defensive end, you like to have that long reach, and you can use that as momentum to get around an offensive tackle. A big swim move. Let's see if first down and 11 now for the Grizzlies.
They got the play call now from coach. Luke Fisher dropping back to throw. He's got time. Throws, finds a wide open Keating, number 13. Still on his feet. Aided by Davis Nye's block that sprung for easily another 15, 20 yards downfield.
You're going to see the Grizzlies quickly get to the line of scrimmage. A big play by Luke Fisher to Aaron Keating. We talked about it before the game, about how big of a game week, a breakout game we might be able to see here tonight by the senior Keating. First and 10 now for the Grizzlies at their own 44-yard line.
So I'm actually seeing that's Evan Crowley on big Brian Robinson. Reese is on the right tackle side at the moment. Fisher with the carry. I'm sorry, Kyle Figueray picking up 10, 15 yards there.
Oh, a nice job by Crowley. He fires off the ball and forces Robinson to go to the outside. So Crowley controls the inside shoulder, which opens up the hole for Figueray to get a first down.
Nice job there.
You know, this Grizzly team, we talked about it, they're well coached. And Coach Todd and the coaching staff all together have said all year they love this group of kids because they're so coachable, so teachable.
And I asked them how, after the Hudson game, I believe it was, the week after, how they got back and ready to go for Nordonia. He goes, kids just showed up and they've forgotten about it and were ready to go. This says a lot about the young men. Figueray with the carry.
Stop on the play is going to be by number 28, Christian Latone of the Falcons. Short gain on the play. Gain of about 3, second down and 7.
Second down and 8 now for Wadsworth. On the pitch.
At the top of the screen, you're going to have Tom Arnold. You're going to have Will Stack, number 3. And Davis, that's going to be probably Drew Jones up at the top. Davis 9, number 1, is at the bottom of the screen by himself. It's actually Keating at the top. Tom Arnold, then Davis 9. Fisher dropping back. Pressure. Thrown for Will Stack through his hands. He had to reach up there a little bit high. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure coming in on Fisher, and I think he might have released that just a little bit sooner than he would have liked, and the ball goes high, and Will Stack unable to come down with it. As you said, my friend, 3rd down and 8 now. You know, Will Stack, with Fisher being back in the lineup, Will Stack adds that additional element to your repertoire offensively.
Absolutely does. It makes you defend the whole field now. I mean, you had Davis 9, you had Tom Arnold, but now you got a lot of choices and weapons to work with. Luke Fisher dropping back. Short hops. He had some pressure coming in his face, but I bet you he'd love to have that one back.
Well, where he missed was Figueray was wide open in the right flat. That'll bring up 4th down and 8 now. Yeah, Figueray comes out of that backfield in that previous play, Robert, and he is uncovered. Linebackers just forgot about him.
Now we're going to go punt. Davis 9 is going to drop back in punt formation. Try to pin Austintown back deep. So the offense and defense trade series. Now we know what each other are going to try to do. Davis Nye. Looks like he's going to go out. Let's see where they spot it around. Looks like they're going to mark it out going out near the 25-yard line.
You know, the official's going to walk it up on the near sideline and maybe
see where he goes.
You know, Coach Todd was probably looking for something better that would have pinned him inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it, it looks like, at the 24-yard line. 4:12 now remaining, and number 15 Fitch in Wadsworth, scoreless tie here is in this non-conference matchup on homecoming night.
And you got Colin Grimm, number 9 Luke Ryder, and I think number 45, I can't quite make out, 49 Luke Ramser on the other defensive end spot for the Grizzlies. Not much doing there for Fitch.
Yeah, first on the stop. Looked like number 49 in there for the Grizzlies,
which
would
be
Luke Ramser.
Yeah, they're rotating players, keeping them fresh, seeing who works, who can get in there and make a play.
2nd down and 8 now for the Falcons. Thus far, a defensive battle between these two.
Quick first quarter too, with down to under 4 minutes left in the first quarter already. Vaughn rolls right now. He's going to keep it.
Yeah, Vaughn's showing some of his speed as he gets around the right side for a big gain and a first down now for the Falcons.
Ran out of bounds by Madigan.
Yeah, we talk how important it is, even with Vaughn in the backfield, because he's that dual threat. You've got to, contain the edge and turn that play inside, and you got to be careful not to get sucked inside defensively.
Fitch has 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Hand off to Williams.
Maverick Blackburn on the stop, and Robert, I don't know, but from where I'm there's a lot of pads cracking right now.
This is a very physical game, and you know that's something Coach Todd said. You got to bring the fight to them. You got to punch them, not literally, but hit them every single time. You know, like we said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you know, you got to give them hitting them. And by the end of the third quarter, you start wearing them down, getting them frustrated.
2nd down and 6 now for the Falcons.
Williams with the carry again.
Is that Probst again? It is Braden Probst on initial contact.
And he diagnosed it. It's a run, and he comes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a safety. That's a safety that understands how important it is reading your keys. I mean, he knows it's a run play. I'm coming up from my safety or my corner position. I'm gonna put my hat on the football.
It helps. It's almost like another linebacker.
Yeah.
Just coming in because he's up there so quick.
Good look at Braden Probst, who's had a tremendous first quarter here in this homecoming night. This matchup with the Falcons.
3rd and 4. Motion. There's 3 Evans. Williams keeps it. No, it's number 9. That's Evans. Picks up that first down and more.
Yeah, that's going to be Deshaun Vaughn, the quarterback on the keeper. And again, he's just showing his versatility. And, you know, we know that they lost
James.
They lost ankle. James. And Cohen Grimm applying pressure.
Evans in and out of his hands and drops it.
Yeah, on the coverage there was Brandon Sams, I beg your pardon. So Fitch going with a little bit of hurry up, and here's the pressure coming from Cohen Grimm. Vaughn just trying to find an open receiver, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10, under 2 minutes now remaining here.
Yeah, there's one guy you want to block is Cohen Grimm. You don't want him a free run at your quarterback.
Falcons on the Grizzly.
Hand off to Williams.
Yeah, a short gain on the play. You know, 3rd down, what's been successful for the Falcons thus far is that 3rd down where Vaughn keeps it. You know, you do a little play action and Vaughn will tuck it away. We'll see what the Falcons do here. 3rd down and 7 now with 1:37 remaining. Clock continue to tick down, and good crowd here at homecoming at Arkwright Stadium.
Week 8. It's a quick season so far.
Yeah.
Vaughn has it. He's looking to throw. Goes deep. Has a receiver, number 13 there. And in and out of his hands. Who's the defensive back? That's Lemp that just gets there in time to break his concentration.
Now, number 13 is Jaden Ely, the receiver for Fitch, and Lemp got behind Ely, but he recovers and makes a great defensive play. That ball falls incomplete. 4th down and 7 now, and the Falcons look to punt. Yeah, big defensive play by one Lemp.
Right now, it looks like it's hard to tell if they're lining up the punt or they're going to try to pass, because Vaughn looks like he is the punter for Fitch.
Yeah, this is the last similar formation to when the ball was hit around the 24-yard line and they punted it. And
almost blocked by
I think
Cohen
we got a
Grimm.
piece of it. And I thought Grimm might have gotten a piece of it, but Davis Nye will haul it in, and ball's going to be marked at the 22-yard line with 1:06 remaining. And it's been a strange football game thus far. I mean, defensively, it's been very well played.
Defensively well played. Offensively, both teams are moving the ball.
Yeah.
It's just consistency. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, both teams have got to see each other's plays and how they're going to play. Now it's making adjustments, that chess match.
I still think if you can get Aaron Keating, the senior wideout, on one-on-one and can get him deep, I think that's going to be big here in this football game.
You said that earlier, and they got that nice big play with him on the left sideline down here towards us. Let's see what they come up with now. Will Stack with the carry. Now he's going to throw it. Nope. He pulled down like he was going to throw it, and then now thought better of it.
Well, I think that's a sign of something that the Falcons might have been expecting, because their cornerbacks did not bite on the run. They stayed in their coverage and zone coverage. Stack had to tuck it away.
So it brings up 2nd and 9. Probably the last play of the first quarter.
Down and 9 for the Grizzlies. Ball on the 53-yard line.
Fisher throws off the Will Stack. One-on-one with Vaughn. Spins out, and he's going to come short of the first down by about a yard. Boy, if he breaks that tackle, Vaughn, he has a lot of room to run.
Well, Vaughn's going to be a tough one to break a tackle from. He's just a big young man playing the strong safety position. And we talked about it, how interesting it is that your starting quarterback in a football team like Fitch is also playing strong safety.
Yeah, and it's our philosophy, and obviously it's the coach's choice, but you want to kind of protect that quarterback. If he goes down, now you're really your captain of your offense is gone. So, and it can happen any time. But now he's playing both ways.
Well, to your point, they've already lost Jamel James.
Yeah,
and we haven't seen James come back onto the sideline. We obviously can't see what's going on the other side of the field. Behind the bench, whether or not they've taped him up or they've essentially removed him from the football game.
I actually do see him walking right now behind all the players by the bench. He's walking with a slight limp, but
yeah, I mean it's a big loss for the Falcons, and
not as much as on offense at the moment. DJ Williams is doing a very nice job running the ball, but DJ Williams plays linebacker on the defensive side. So later in the game, that young man's going to wear down playing both ways like that.
And one of the comments that,
as you see him right there he is, number 5 in the back there.
He's as a senior, he wants back into this football game. But then if you're Fitch, you've also got to consider, the next couple of weeks in the playoffs. You don't want to lose a player like Jamel James for the rest of the season because of what's going on here tonight. I mean, they are in the playoffs.
Yeah. And just as we are. We're in the playoffs, and it looks like we're pretty much assured a home playoff game first round at this point.
3rd down and 1 for the Grizzlies as we start the second quarter.
Arnold in motion. Figure met right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to come up short.
Now we're going to see where the far side official marks it. He is moving the chains. He gave him enough for a first down to Figure.
Okay, I won't disagree, but he looked like he was short of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's got a better view than we do. We'll take a look at it, and he gets to about the 32-yard line. That's where he needed to be. Yeah. We'll take it. First down.
Figure never gave up. He kept fighting all the way.
Keating one-on-one on the near side. There it is.
Yeah, Fisher was looking for him. Davis Nye dragged across the middle. He was picked up well by Fitch, but that's what he was looking for. Davis Nye coming across. The secondary guy was coming across, and they did a good job picking up Davis Nye on that drag that we've seen open many, many times throughout the year here.
Yeah, Davion Pritchard was on the coverage, man coverage, with Keating, number 13. Pritchard, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior for Fitch. Thought he might have gotten a hold, away with a hold.
So it brings up 2nd and 10. Will Stack fakes the jet sweep, and boy, Kyle Figure comes flying back down. There's a penalty flag. They're going to get him for probably a horse collar, I think, on that one.
Yeah, the Fitch coaching staff is questioning the official on the far sideline, but boy, you saw how quickly Figure went down. Maybe calling a horse collar. We're going to talk about it. We'll take another look at it here. John rolling the film downstairs, and
it's hard to tell. He faked it. Will Stack.
Yeah. Yep. He wraps him right around the neck. He gets that left hand around the left side of Figuere's shoulder pads and just rips him to the ground.
And look at this. Number 23, their stud defensive end, was being pushed downfield. There we go. Horse collar.
Yep. Well, that'll be a first down now for the Grizzlies.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle.
That's a 15-yard personal penalty, personal foul.
Make it first down and 10 now.
Ball will be set at the 47-yard line of the Grizzlies.
You know, we talked about guys going both ways. You know, DJ Williams, he's also a defensive end, so now he's a guy going both ways.
Yep. And we'll see that affect him later in the game. In the third quarter, late third quarter, I bet you'll see start wearing down. We got two receivers, were both sides. Now you got Will Snack coming to the bottom of the screen. There's a screen play off the Kyle Figueroa. Big yards here. Nicely done.
Yeah, well executed screenplay by the Grizzly offense. Good play call by Coach Justin Todd. And Luke Fisher does a nice job too, because he looks at Will Stack, who's coming out into the flats on the right side, and then throws back to Figueroa. Good play call, good execution by the Grizzlies. They are now in Falcon territory at the 34-yard line.
Grizzlies looking over to Coach Todd, seeing what he wants to call. Play clock's down to 10 seconds here. 5 seconds. Luke Fisher calls for the ball. Now there's the timeout.
Yeah, the Grizzlies will take a timeout, and that's, sometimes you run into that because you're looking to see what the defense is going to show you. Coach Todd evaluates that defense, and he'll make a change in the play call from the sideline. And
nothing wrong with that. We had 3 timeouts.
Yep.
The first timeout used.
Yeah.
Now, I do have the first quarter stats. Fitch has 90 total yards, and Wadsworth 64 total yards. Fitch has 59 yards rushing, 31 yards passing. Wadsworth 21 yards rushing, and looks like 43 yards passing at the moment. 1 penalty for Wadsworth and 2 for Fitch. And there's one thing about last week too. Wadsworth only had 1 penalty in the whole game last week, so far. And you got, as we said early in the season, you got to correct that. And they've done that. Coach Todd's done a great job through practice and talking to these kids. Got to cut down these penalties. When you start playing good teams like we're seeing here tonight, Hudson, and when we go into playoffs, we're in Division I, Region 1 with St. Ignatius.
A good look at the student body tonight. It is blackout. And earlier today it was, the red wave at Progressive Field. The Indians is blackout at Art Wright Stadium here tonight. First and 10 for the Grizzlies now at the Falcon 33-yard line.
So they look over now for the play call. Luke has it. Fisher with it. Hands off to Figueroa. He's ping-ponging himself around for about a 5-yard gain.
Now that 5-yard gain, you can almost give a lot of that credit to Tommy Arnold, who does a nice job blocking the end on that left side, creating a little bit of a seam for Figueroa to get that 5-yard gain.
That left end is going right at Ryan Robinson, number 23, their big-time defensive end. Figueroa. There's going to be a penalty flag comes flying in.
Yeah, that comes in from the back judge, I believe. Let's see what the call is. Hey, my friend, you jinxed us. We talked about penalties, and now we get some laundry on the flag on the field. It's a second holding call for the Grizzlies here tonight.
Holding the initial communication against the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies' offensive linemen are doing a real good job. Again, Aaron Reese I talked about earlier. You got Teague Harding, John Byers, Jared Basco, and Evan Crowley. They've done a really good job. They've gotten better all season. This is a big test here tonight.
I mean, it's a big physical offensive line, and they've played together for a number of years, and they do a great job up front. Unfortunately, got caught on that one, holding. Second down and 12 now.
Yep.
Falcons showing blitz.
Fisher dropping back to throw. Wide open. Tom Arnold across the middle. Gets his feet knocked out from underneath him, but not until he gains 15-plus yards and picks up the first down for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Deshaun Vaughn on the stop, but check out Luke Fisher. Plenty of time in the pocket to throw. Nice throw over the middle and wide open. First and 10 now from the 18.
The defensive front is pretty good size. You have 275 in the middle with Josh Fitzgerald. Nice tackle by number 1. That's
Cam Smith.
Will Stack trying to spin out of it, but Cam Smith did a nice job. That's the Iowa State recruit, number 1, as you see right there.
And he's so fast. He's just flying to the football. And makes a good open field play for the Falcons. Short gain on the play of about 1, second down and now 9 for Wadsworth.
This is a good game. Still in the second quarter, 0-0.
Figure Eight bounces it right, has a hole. Still on his feet.
And Kyle Figure just refuses to go down. He's a short gain on the play of maybe 3 or 4. That'll bring up a short third down. Good look at Kyle Figure. I get the feeling, though, if he'd have cut left, I think he had more of an alley.
Yeah. I will say, though, that it looked like he had a hole there, but closed down quickly. Now against maybe Nordonia or Twinsburg or North Royalton, that would have been a touchdown. Austintown Fitch has talent on every spot on this field.
Yeah, this is a very fast football team. They're very quick and again, well coached. And here we have 3rd down and 5 now. Ball is placed at about the 17-yard line, 13-yard line.
13-yard line. Figure with the carry. He has the hole this time. Carry and Fitch.
First down.
First down to the 2-yard line. And Figure is not getting up. He is dinged up. It's not a good look at the moment here.
Now that right side of that offensive line is Figure is attended to on the turf. Opens up a good hole for Kyle, who
drug 2 or 3.
Yeah, he brought a few Falcons with him as they're looking at that, maybe that left ankle, left knee maybe. We'll try and take a look and see what happens. Nice kick-out block there by
Arnold. Very nice kick-out block.
That's a couple of kick-outs. And number 1, Cam Smith goes down low. And he goes down low to take out the legs of Figure.
Just as he plants that left leg.
And you got to wonder if the helmet is on the knee. And does he have a bruised knee?
He's up. That's good.
It didn't look like anything was twisted there. It looks like that helmet went right on the knee or the shin. And that will smart, folks.
Ooh, on your shin, absolutely, any day of the week.
He's up under his own power. And he looks like he's going to be okay, and we'll expect to see Figure back in this football game. Doesn't look like he's limping. I think it was just maybe helmet to that shin. That smarts. Feel that in the morning.
Yes, and you'll feel that for a couple weeks.
1st and goal now at the 3-yard line.
You got Nathan Metzger, number 15, checks in for Figure. Ball placed at the 3. It was nice to see Nathan get his first touchdown last week against Stowe. And there goes Nathan Metzger. Just gets to the line of scrimmage and he's piled up.
And Metzger doesn't want to go down either. And that's part of that mental game that you want to get into your opponent's head. You're not going to take me down, and see if they give him a gain of 1 on that.
Luke Fisher just checks out, and looks like Will Smith is checking. Will Stack. I'm sorry, Will Smith. No. It's just quite same kind of star power here, but Will Stack checks in at quarterback.
Yeah, Will Stack really good at that run read option.
I would have to think he's stretching.
Well, we're going to have encroachment on the Falcons. That'll push us
half the distance.
So that'll go just outside the 1-yard line now.
Here we go. Kyle Figure does check back in. Good to see him jogging onto the field.
Yeah, Will Stack remains at quarterback. And this is that versatility in this offense that Will Stack gives you.
Yeah, now you have to count for the quarterback to run too as well. There goes Davis Nye. Fakes the jet sweep, and Will Stack steps in the end zone for the first score of the night.
Now that's a beautiful play call.
It was.
Absolutely beautiful play call by this Wadsworth coaching staff, head coach Justin Todd, you'll see the fake to Davis Nye, and a nice job on the kick-out block there. The lead block through the hole is Kyle Figueroa, and Will Stack walks in untouched.
And as you see, if you see that again, you see them have to respect Davis Nye on the jet sweep, and you see it widen out. The players widen out, and that hole just opened right up. Nice job.
Pasco to hold, Dinwiddie on for the PAT.
Kick is up. It is good. And Pasco looks like he had to handle a little lower snap, and he did a good job getting it down.
You're right. You got to respect the jet sweep with Davis Nye. You see looks like number 9, and that's their strong safety and quarterback, Deshaun Vaughn. He's the one respecting Nye in that jet sweep. And Kyle Figueroa will lead the parade into the end zone for Will Stack.
7-0 lead. That's big. First score of the night, either side. And as we were saying, they put up 37, 38 points a game.
Yeah.
So this is big. Getting up on holding them to 0 in the first quarter and us scoring against them.
Yeah, offensively, both Wadsworth and Austintown averaging 36, 37 points a ball game. I think Wadsworth giving up on average 15 points a game, 16,
and they were giving up 18. So,
yeah.
We're very similar stats, and it's just difference who we've played.
One of the things that we've done very well tonight, this defensively, this team plays a little bit like Medina, and so we've handled that pressure that they tried to create and that chaos, in the box. We've handled that very well.
Yes, we have. We got to tip the hat to Coach Todd, Coach Knapp, and the coaching staff, along with the young men who are believing in what they're being taught and going out and executing. If you don't execute, it doesn't matter, right?
Absolutely.
Like you said, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. And you just got to get back up. Is what you do on the next play. What happened here? Offsides, Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Jack Dinwiddie. And for a moment there, I thought maybe we were going to onside because he came up and stopped.
Yeah. Coach Todd's kind of livid on sideline. He's actually yelling down the sideline to somebody. Not exactly sure who. But so we lose 5 yards there. We have number 1, Cam Smith back.
So number 3.
Yep, Dan Evans, who is really quick receiver for them. And it goes to Evans, number 3. It bounces in front of him, picked up near 14. And you see how quick he is. Jack Dinwiddie is the only one that can stop him, and they're not going to stop him, and there's no penalty flag. And I tell you what, there's some jong going on out there too. Number 44 for Finch and Kaufman. We're going at it.
Kaufman's lost his hat. He's walking off the field, hands on his hip. Not sure what is going on with young Ian Kaufman. As he makes his way to the sideline.
Obviously, he's very fired up about something. He's usually a very even-keeled young man.
On for the PAT to kick is number 41, Josiah Burney, 5'8" senior.
And as I just got saying, very fast.
Well, I believe it was Rocco DeFlorio that was in it with Ian Kaufman.
Number 44?
Yeah.
He was John, while Kaufman was walking away, he was in the back of his ear chewing at him. And Kaufman just walked off the field, the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But there's some serious jawing going on here. And we know we can hear the pads popping from up here.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can take a look at it. Ian Kaufman on the coverage. He's trying to find him in the mix, and he's pushed from, I see he's blocked there. And we lose him with the camera, but there must have been some words exchanged during the block as you see Cam Smith there was a touchdown return of, let's see, he picked it up at around the 15-yard line. So an 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, their second that they've given up this year.
Yep. Yeah, as you see, a good shot at Ian Kaufman there as he's trying to collect himself because
And you're right, he did the right thing.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to walk away from that. You don't want a 15-yard penalty. And
walk away. You got to keep your helmet on, but walk away, get away from it. Absolutely, like he did.
There's Luke Ryder. If you look at the top right of your screen, it's like number 7 comes in.
Hits him right there.
Yep.
Right there about the 25-yard, about the 25-yard lines where Kaufman's at.
It looks like he gets up underneath his shoulder pads. Yeah.
And cracks him hard. He does crack him very hard, that's without question, but something helped him after the play.
The line to kick it off is Josiah Burney. Tied at 7, 5:55 remaining in the first half.
Kick is away. Can't tell who has the ball for the Grizzlies. And he's going to do the same favor. That's Will Stack. Gets up to the 45-yard line. Nice job, Will Stack.
Now, Will Stack was just one tackle away from breaking it to the house and bringing these Wadsworth fans to their feet. Stack adding another element to the Grizzly special teams. The crafty slot receiver / quarterback / running back / kickoff returner.
That's what you call an athlete.
Yeah.
Does a nice job. He did a fantastic job while Luke Fisher was out as well. The whole team did. Had to change what their philosophy was, and they did a very nice job all the way across the board.
Well, great field position for the Grizzlies now to start this drive with 5:45 left here in the first half at their own 45-yard line.
Figure 8 with the carry. Just picks up 1. He's tackled by number 56, Chandler Waller for Fitch. They did give him, looks like they gave him 2 yards.
See how tight the backers are playing for the Falcons up to the line of scrimmage. Almost like standing defensive linemen.
5-man front almost.
Yeah, this is the chaos that I just talked about a few minutes ago that they like to create. And then they'll bring one or both of them on a blitz. They got 6 in the box now.
Down to 4 seconds on the play clock. Fisher gets it off, throws. Caught by Davis Nye. Goes through Tommy Arnold's hands and into Davis Nye's.
Now that's just incredible focus for Davis Nye, as Robert called it, as the ball goes right through the hands of
Vaughn.
Vaughn's right through Vaughn's hands. Here's Fisher, back to throw, wide open in the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Tommy Arnold.
Now Fisher had pressure. He ended up on his back and hurried to get that throw off. We'd love to have that one back because Arnold was open again.
Yeah, and that's, when you're going to bring 6 guys in the box, you're going to leave the middle wide open.
It's just a race to get there. Who gets there first? To your quarterback, or he gets it off to your receiver? Brings up 2nd and 10. We're down under 5 minutes in the first half. Tom Arnold goes in motion. He's dropping back to throw. He has Keating open. Touchdown, Grizzlies! There we go. That's the way to come back and answer.
Yeah, the Grizzlies doing a great job answering that kickoff return for a touchdown for the Falcons, and Aaron Keating with his 2nd reception, and that being a touchdown, and that'll put the Grizzlies ahead for the moment, 13-7, pending the PAT. Fisher with plenty of time, play action. Fisher all the time, his eyes are on Keating. Keating gets behind that secondary and finds pay dirt.
And beats Iowa State recruit Cam Smith for the touchdown.
Here is Dinwiddie, Pasco on to hold.
Nice snap back,
whistle. False start.
Yep. Back up 5 yards, and you were right on the money saying Keating was who you thought was going to be a big breakout star tonight.
Yeah, I think, you've got, Luke Fisher that, has got that ability to throw the football deep, and you've got Aaron Keating that's got that speed that can get behind the secondary of the Falcons. So we'll try this PAT once again, this time from the 15. Makes it a 25-yard attempt for Jack Dinwiddie, the sophomore. at halftime, I'm sure the coaches are going to talk about the special teams. You gave up a touchdown and kickoff return, and we've got a couple of penalties on special teams here tonight. And that one hurts.
That hurts there because that's going to be a miss, and Grizzlies will lead, but 13-7. Let's hope that 1 point doesn't come back and haunt us later. But here's something else. We're going to kick off here in a moment, and I guarantee you won't be kicking to Smith this time.
Cam Smith will not see the football. Yeah.
Or Evans.
Yeah.
So, you're going to try to keep away from them. They have plenty of speed to spare on that side on the white jerseys.
The one thing we've got a timeout, just a pause here on the action. When you think about week 1 versus Barberton, and I know every program, sees growth every week, but this growth has been just phenomenal on this football team, hasn't it?
Huge growth. And I remember Coach Todd saying that great teams make the biggest strides between week 1 and week 2. And we did see that against Worcester, big strides. Then Medina, it was a great game against Medina.
And you overcome adversity. We lost Luke Fisher. Will Stack steps in, and it's just been fun to watch these young men all season long. Here we go. 4:36 remaining first half.
There it is on the ground. And Evans has it again, number 3. And he's gang tackled this time.
Yeah, Ian Kaufman in there on the stop, as well as number 21. That's Liam Russell.
Interesting. The same.
Braden Probst also in the mix.
Same, I won't say troublemaker in the number 44 jersey was shoving someone on the Grizzlies all the way down the sideline there, too.
Well, that's one of the things that this coaching staff talked to this young team this year or this week was keep your composure. They're going to lose their composure. I mean, they've shown it through several games this year. If you can just let them fall apart on their own.
You keep hitting them, play after play, they'll get frustrated. Williams with the carry, has some yardage here. He's going to pick up 5-6 yards on first down.
That's a good first down play for the Falcons. That'll bring up second down in about 4.
Finch does have 2 of their timeouts left as we come down near 4 minutes left and a half. 2 receivers stacked on either side. Williams gets the carry.
Yeah, Drew Jones is playing right end now for the Grizzlies.
And number 9, Luke Ryder, was the first one to get his hands on Williams, slowed him up. His Grizzly teammates to finish him off. 3rd and 2 brings up a big 3rd down.
Yeah, this is a 3rd, and I believe I'd call it a long 2.
Very long 2.
And this is money down for this Grizzly defense. If you could stop them here and force them into a punt, you've still got time with 2 timeouts to put the ball in the end zone. You got to stop the ball.
Williams with ball carry does not get it. He is knocked backwards. In fact, they're going to maybe give a yard.
Yeah, that's a big play by this defense. They lost a yard on the play. Brings up 4th down and 3.
Maverick Blackburn and company drives him back and force a punt. Now, interesting. A new punter comes on. Vaughn is not the one punting away.
Yeah, that's Anthony Ruggles.
So what they are doing, a little chess matching. Hey, we may punt, we may not punt. Now this is for real for punting, I would have to think.
Back deep is Will Stack for the Grizzlies. We've blocked a couple. We almost blocked the last one. Let's see if we're bringing pressure.
Bringing pressure. We're all there. Davis Nye.
And we've got to delay a game.
Yep. And you definitely are in their head there at that point. Hey, if you can't get that off on time, you're definitely in their head, worried about who am I blocking, because here comes the pressure. And something that's been very quiet. Davis and I played the last couple weeks now on defense.
Yeah.
Number 1, and you don't talk about him because he usually takes one of their best receivers, split out, and one-on-one, and he shuts him down. Done a great job doing that. And showing it coming again. Blackburn and company. Here he goes.
Got it. Nope.
No, they did not get it. Maybe they did get a piece, but
they got a piece of it. Get away from it, and the Grizzlies will start in real good field position
at the 41
with about
yard
2:27 remaining here in the first half, up 13-7. And this is we talked about it the last time that we were here with WCTV against Nordonia. That 2-minute offense, they're very good at it, the Grizzlies.
We have 2 timeouts, about 60 yards to go. Definitely doable. 2:27.
27 seconds remaining in the first half.
See if they continue getting their offensive line for the Grizzlies of Pasco, of Reese, Aaron Reese, Hardy, Byers, Crowley can continue to make the holes and give Fisher time. Fisher throws off low, caught though. It's going to be a short 4-yard gain.
Fisher's pass complete to Will Stack.
He was hurrying that out there, and it was thrown low. Stack goes down and picks it up.
That's okay. It's positive yardage on the play. 2nd down and 5. Clock continues to run. Play call comes in from the sideline from Coach Todd. Again, you've got Keating one-on-one on the outside with Dean Evans. Well, that's a good matchup, isn't it?
Yep.
And they are in man coverage on the near side.
Figure with the carry. Just gets to the line of scrimmage before number 10 corrals him and throws him to the ground. That's Barrett.
Yeah, you got Will Stack on the near side along with Aaron Keating. I wouldn't be surprised to see a crossing route on those two.
And Tom Arnold in the middle now. We got 3 receivers to the bottom screen, which is Will Stack, Keating, and Arnold in the middle. Davis Nye by himself at the top of the screen.
Yeah, Cam Smith in coverage. Dan Evans, the other defensive back on the near side.
Fisher looking to throw. Throws to Davis Nye, caught on the sideline, but they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him.
Give it to him. First down, the chains move.
And that is a nice route. All the attention was on the right side where the Grizzlies had 3 receivers. Davis Nye on the far side, one-on-one coverage, makes an incredible play right on the sideline.
He was going there the whole time. He looked at, as soon as he broke, he threw it. Davis Nye doing a nice job getting his feet in there.
Clock stops as the ball goes out of bounds as the chains get set on the far sideline. 1st and 10 now in Falcon territory at the 43-yard line.
Now I think you're going to see some pace picked up here in a little bit here with 1:12 left. Fisher looking to throw.
Keating's wide open.
Keating has us inside. Oh, what a job by number 3, I think it was.
Yeah, Dan Evans on the coverage, and nice job. Keating was inside. He ran a great route, but Evans able to get that right hand around Keating's right shoulder to knock the ball away, and Evans might be shaken up on the play. I mean, Keating just runs the perfect route, and the ball is there, and you've got to give Evans credit as he just able to get that hand up and knock the football down.
When he does, Keating just lands completely on the chest and the stomach of Evans there.
Got stacked receivers on the near side.
And Evans checks out now, number 3.
And yeah, Jaden Ely.
Figure 8 with the carry. Still on his feet, breaking tackles. He's going to pick up near 8 yards on that carry.
Yeah, under a minute now here in the 4th quarter. We've got 2 timeouts remaining, and you want to save one of those at least for a field goal attempt. Call it. Keating wide open.
Yep, 12 men on the field. Did they get, there's some jawing going on here.
Now, what you've got this hurry-up offense that the Grizzlies are conducting right now, and the Falcons don't have the right defensive personnel on. You had 2 wide receivers on the near side, and Keating and I believe Will Stack were uncovered. They didn't have any defensive backs on this side.
And they were switching, like I said, Evans went out and trying to catch his breath from the last play and switching players back and forth. And
a bit of rain, huh?
Yeah, we have rain.
At least it's not the white stuff.
It's not the white stuff.
Help support the Wadsworth High School 2023.
So we're not sure, they're discussing the penalty flag.
Yeah, did they call timeout?
Yeah, there's some discussion. They got the timeout done first, and then the flag came out for unsportsmanlike conduct, or what? They're hashing out. Here we go.
Delay a game.
How was that a delay again? We were trying to go back to the line of scrimmage and get moving.
I think a personal foul against Wadsworth and a delay of game. That's interesting.
I'm not
Coach Todd is going to walk out and have a conversation with the referee on how could this be delay of game, and I agree with him. I mean, first of all, the sticks are behind the down marker, so you've got to wait for the sticks to get set. You can't start the play clock, and the ball was out of bounds, and they're in a hurry up offense.
Yeah, something doesn't jive here, and Coach Todd wants the explanation here.
Now the ball remains at the 21-yard line.
And I'm wondering, I think maybe they actually announced it wrong. Maybe the personal foul was against Fitch. As you actually see, everything, the chains and everything was moved.
Yeah. So Coach Todd seems to be satisfied. We'll see the official if he corrects the call to the press box here at Arkwright Stadium. If you're just joining us,
he's going to explain it now to the coach of Fitch, Austintown. And it definitely looks like it's. You couldn't have been delayed a game. We know that. There's no way.
So Fitch did call a timeout. Wadsworth with 2 remaining. Ball's going to be placed at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Wadsworth. And again, this Fitch team averaging.
Head coach T.J. Parker. He's not happy with the call. He liked how it was called earlier. So Grizzlies are ready to go. 43 seconds left in the half. Fisher dropping back, now under pressure, has to roll right. Does a good job just throwing it away, intended for going towards Will Stack. But something I'm noticing here, keep your composure, because if you keep hitting them, they're going to get frustrated. And I think we're starting to see that.
Yeah, applying the pressure was number 56, Chandler Waller, the sophomore, 6'2", 175-pound defensive lineman. But Luke Fisher making a really smart decision there. He's not going to tuck the ball away and run. Let's just throw it out of bounds, stop the clock, 2nd down and 10.
Because he runs, number 1, he may lose yardage. Number 2, the clock keeps turning.
Yeah, figure it up the middle, off the left side.
Down to 30 seconds and ticking.
This offensive line, this is a proud group of young men. They rally around one another. They congratulate one another for blocks well made. Here we go.
Clock down to 17 seconds and ticking.
I think you got to go for the end zone.
Luke Fisher directing tracker. Now he's under pressure. There's going to be a holding penalty called against the Grizzlies. Clock's down to 9 seconds and ticking. And we have timeouts left. It's an incomplete pass, too. So clock should have stopped.
Yeah,
and they're going to have to put some time back on the clock here. Yeah, there's 13 seconds on the clock.
That offensive holding, a play that takes that long, you're bound to get that flag.
He didn't look to the right, but it looked like Keating broke to a flag pattern, and he had 2 or 3 steps on his defender, but he just didn't see it.
Well, with 13 seconds now back on the clock, you do have time for 2 plays. You've got 2 timeouts left. You're either going to go to the end zone or you're going to set up for a field goal attempt. Ball's placed at the 33-yard line.
Fisher dropping back. He has plenty of time. Intended for Tom Arnold, but behind him. Fisher ends up on the ground. So we're down to 8 seconds.
Yeah, 4th down now, and I think you just go ahead and
you have to go for it. Yes.
Yeah, you go for it, and you just shoot for the end zone.
33-yard line.
And I wonder, they're going to be in the prevent. Your safeties are going to be back at about the 15, 10-yard line. Do you take your chances here, Robert, with a screenplay?
That does work. You get momentum. That's tough.
Can you do a hook and ladder here? We haven't seen that yet this year from the Grizzlies.
If you're going to eat up time, I love the Davis Nye across the middle in a drag route. It have to be a deep drag route, but they kind of forget about him. Fitch hasn't on the one time they tried it.
Yeah.
But if you can get him lost.
But again, you've got all kinds of options. Aaron Keating will stack if you get them on the outside on a crossing pattern, confuse the defensive backs. They're definitely going to be in zone coverage.
Yeah, they're just looking for the deepest guy to pick up and cover. It'd be really nice to stick it in, get some points here. But now, one thing we got to come up, we do get the ball back in the first half.
Yeah.
We get the kickoff, so that's huge.
Yeah, that's why it's important whether you get a field goal here or a touchdown. You got to put some points on the board, and definitely out of Jack Dinwiddie's range here. This would make it a 50-yard field goal attempt, and that is not within his range.
So we have Davis Nye going to the top of the screen by himself. Arnold at H-back on the right side. They'll put Keating and Will Stack at the bottom of the screen. Fisher looking towards Will Stack, and he's got pressure. He goes down. 3 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be turned over on downs. Fitch will take over. And with the speed they have at the receiver, you may see a trick play. They may just throw it deep. We'll see what kind of arm Vaughn has on him here in a moment.
Yeah, the pocket collapses on Fisher. Coverage downfield was well done by the Falcons, and Fisher had nobody to throw the football to, and you try to throw it away, but at the same time you don't want to throw an interception. And these defensive backs for the Falcons are athletic and they're fast, they're speedy. And the Grizzlies know that prevent, your safeties are 20 yards off the ball. Yeah.
As you guys see the spread out all over the place here.
Now you've got linemen, like, for example, you see 76 and 71 lined up on the far near side, actually on the near side.
And then you had 55 even spread out, 7 yards from the next lineman.
It's high school football. You see these different formations come out.
Hey, trying to trick someone to make a mistake where they could let one of their speedy receivers get down the field 60 yards in 3 seconds.
I'm going to come back to this previous drive that we just turned the ball over on downs, Robert, because that could be key to the outcome of this football game. Two plays. One is the false start on the PAT that ended up in a missed PAT after the penalty. In this particular drive here, where we got the ball in really good field position, but we weren't able to convert it. So let's keep that in mind. But 3 seconds left here.
Yeah, you got that funky formation once again.
Hail Mary.
Yep. There goes 13, has the catch. He's tackled and knocked out of bounds. That is the half. The Grizzlies lead 13-7 at half. Very entertaining first half. A very, very hard-hitting first half of football.
Yep. Well, enjoy the homecoming halftime show. Robert and I will be back here at the end of halftime, bringing you all the action here in the second half.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's halftime performance. We proudly present to you the 2022-2023 Austintown Fitch Marching Band. The band is led onto the field by drumline captain Ian Peters, color guard captain Anastasia Walker, color guard co-captain Madison Snyder, senior drum major Madison Sheffield, and junior drum major Jared Deveneau.
This evening's music was selected by our senior band members, and the marching drill was storyboarded by our senior drum major. The band steps off to a jazz standard, Chameleon, by Herbie Hancock. The band will now perform Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. It will feature senior soloists Luke Wharton and Riley Golan. And now, the Austintown tradition continues with a color guard presentation of the American flag as the band concludes with our national march, The Stars and Stripes Forever. Austintown Fitch Band would like to thank everyone for their continued support, and we wish the best of luck to both teams, especially Coach Parker and our Fitch Falcon football team in the second half. Go Falcons!
Now, under the direction of Dana Albrecht Heyer, Sam Peel, student teacher Jonas Piscotch, percussion director Ryan Louie, and percussion tech David Seltzer, and color guard directors Vanessa Lloyd and Jessica Courson. This is the 2022 Wadsworth High School Marching Band. On the field, the band is led by drum majors Ada Wagner, Colin Moore, and Anna Wallace. Good evening and welcome to the 2022 Homecoming Ceremony. The first attendant is Miss Lexi Dunn. Lexi is the daughter of Jeff and Vicki Dunn. She plays on the high school tennis team and the track team and is a member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Lexi plans on attending Tri-C to major in cardiovascular sonography. Lexi is escorted by Mr. Luke Ramsire. Luke is the son of Dean and Julia Ramsire. Luke is on the Huddle football team, participates in track and field, and is a member of Huddle. The second attendant is Maya Garcia. She's the student body president, the varsity volleyball captain, and a member of Medina County Teen Court. After high school, Maya plans on participating in an accelerated law program in hopes of becoming a family lawyer. Maya is escorted by Mr. Solomon Callahan. Solomon is the son of Scott and Marquisa Callahan. He is the senior class president, plays on the varsity baseball team, and is captain of the varsity basketball team. After high school, Solomon will be attending Wright State University on a full athletic scholarship. He will play basketball for the Raiders and major in business. The third attendant is Miss Emma Tibbetts. Emma is the daughter of Robert and Christy Tibbetts. She is a member of the high school band, participates in choir, and performs with the Winter Guard. She is also a member of the high school tennis team. After high school, Emma plans to attend college and major in history. Emma is escorted by Mr. Benny Miller. Benny is the son of Jim and Lori Miller. He runs on the cross-country team, is a member of the lacrosse team, and participates in choir and drama. After high school, Benny plans to major in early childhood education at Kent State University. The fourth attendant is Miss Julia Fortner. Julia is the daughter of Dr. Dale and Debbie Fortner. She is a leukemia and lymphoma student visionary, plays on the varsity girls lacrosse team, and is a member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Julia plans to attend college and get a master's degree in anesthesia. Julia is escorted by Mr. Aaron Keating. Aaron is the son of Joe and Kathy Keating. He plays on the high school football team, is a member of the high school baseball team, and enjoys playing frisbee golf in his free time. After high school, Aaron plans on attending college to continue playing baseball while studying finance. The final attendant is Miss Haley Porter. Haley is the daughter of John and Dawn Porter. She is on the high school track team, participates in the Recycling and Environmental Club, and is a member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Haley plans to attend college and earn an undergraduate degree on a pre-med track. Haley is escorted by Mr. Miles Fortner. Miles is the son of Tom and Joy Fortner. He has taken part in 14 musical and stage productions for school and community theater. He has performed a musical number written and produced by Sir Tim Rice. He enjoys writing and creating music and designing and creating costumes. After high school, Miles wants to pursue vocal and music studies with a minor in music business and an emphasis in songwriting and producing. To present the crown is last year's queen, Allie McCall. She is currently attending Slippery Rock University for exercise science. She is a member of the Honors College and Health and Wellness Subcommittee. She plans to pursue a doctorate in physical therapy and become a pediatric physical therapist. And now, the 2022 Homecoming Queen and King are Julia Fortner and Solomon Callahan. Congratulations to our king and queen, and congratulations to everyone on the homecoming court. You've been recognized by your classmates and teachers as exceptional young people.
Yeah, we welcome you back to the booth here at Art-Rite Stadium as we just enjoyed the homecoming halftime festivities. Congratulations to the homecoming court and to our new queen, Julia Fortner, and Solomon Callahan, the 2022 homecoming king. And we're speaking of king and queens. Their defense for the Grizzlies, they've played wonderful in terms of stopping this Falcon offense.
They've been trumping the Falcons' offense all night long. In fact, let's look at a couple stats. Total yards-wise, Fitch has 129 yards in the first half.
Yeah, but what do they have at the end of the first quarter?
90 yards.
Yeah.
So they've only given up 39 yards in the second quarter, and that was basically on that last pass play.
Yeah,
that we
with
saw.
3 seconds left. Yeah.
So defensively, after the first series, really settled down and shut Falcons down. Now, offensively, we're starting to click. We got to continue doing it. 220 yards of offense, 57 yards of that's rushing, 167 of it's coming by pass. So Fisher's getting the ball passed around. Figure Eight is the big carrier. He's got 58 yards carrying the ball, but Fisher is 9 of 17 for 163 yards and a touchdown. Keating's got 2 of those for 67 yards. So the big thing here is we got to clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
We only have 4, and hopefully we end it with 4. But here's something that I said earlier: keep punching them, keep hitting them, keep pounding at them, because they'll get frustrated, and it's starting to show. They have 7 penalties already. Fitch does.
Yeah.
For 51 yards. And you saw the frustration starting to come out there in some plays out there. So if you keep pounding at them, especially if we can go down the field and stick it in here when we get the kickoff here starting the second half, I think you're going to see Fitch come a little unhinged in some cases, start pointing fingers and start getting upset. So here you see some of
the Will Stack on the touchdown run, and
here's their kickoff return for touchdown. You see how fast he is.
Well, you think about the second half here, what Fitch might do. We talked about this during the halftime show, is they may stretch our defense, our secondary. We've not seen them go over the top yet tonight. We've not seen them go vertical. So look for them to put some pressure on our defensive back. And then the other thing that they've not done good at all, and credit to our defense, is we've really sealed the edge. They have not gotten around the edge at all. That first series, as you had mentioned, just going over the stats, very methodical drive for the Falcons when they started this football game. But since then, Coach Knapp and the rest of that coaching staff has really clamped down on this Falcon offense.
So, and I got to give a hands off to our offensive line too. We came in talking and praising Brian Robinson of Fitch, number 23, and he's got the 20 Power 5 scholarship offers from Georgia, Auburn, all those guys. We haven't had to call his name too often here tonight.
No, Evan Crowley's done a great job on him, and so has Byers, and another guy that's often not mentioned in the scheme of blocking is Tommy Arnold. Right. He's done a great job of some kickoff blocks.
Yes, absolutely. And so the Grizzly offensive line still doing a great job. It's just being consistent, not making the penalties, keeping your head, and just having a nice, slow, methodical drive.
Yeah. Fitch, when you think about the history of Fitch, I mean, they've got some alumni that are in the NFL, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Fitch and the talent, they've got 4 players that made it in the NFL.
Yeah.
The most recent one is from the Ohio State Buckeyes, one Billy Price, who was at center. If I recall right, I think you picked it up, and he's with the Arizona Cardinals currently. Yeah,
he was just signed to the Cardinals. Actually was on the Las Vegas Raiders practice team, and then got the phone call to head to Arizona. Yeah.
So, Billy Price there. Then they had Mike McGillen. He's a guard he played in the NFL for 7 seasons, from 2008 to 2015. He was a guard. He played for Cincy, Philly, Kansas City, New Orleans. Jeff Wilkins, the kicker that I remember.
Yeah.
I did not know he was the local boy here for Austintown. Played for Philly a lot. San Francisco is the one I remember. And then back in the 80s, Mike Calhoun played for them. But speaking of that program, Austintown Fitch. Now, if I'm right, they have not had a losing season since 2007. And if I counted that up right, that's 15 years. Out of those 15 years, they made the playoffs 11 times. So this is a very tradition-steeped program. They're used to winning, well coached. So yeah, this is a good test. Like we said, coming into this game, a good measuring stick to where we're at. Excuse me. Yeah, and nice to see Fisher out here playing in these big games, because we lost him against Medina and we didn't have him for Hudson. And this is on the same par as that big level game, which we're going to need him for later in the playoffs, without doubt.
Yeah, we're about ready to get set here and underway here in the third quarter as number 41, Josiah Burney, the senior kicker, will get things underway for the Falcons. And this opening drive for the Grizzlies, important in terms of, one, controlling the clock, but two, it really sends a statement if you can get this drive in the end zone. And it looks like the Falcons looking at an onside kick. Yep. They pooch it, they do, and the ball is going to be recovered by the Falcons and falling asleep on that far sideline for the Grizzlies. It looked like it was actually Ian Kaufman. He could, or not Ian Kaufman, but Tommy Arnold, who could have come up and received that football and just fallen down. And quickly the Falcons in great field position in a surprise play with an onside kick to start the third quarter, Robert.
And putting some momentum back to their side of the ball, because they had to be deflated to getting shut out like they did in that second half. In the second quarter, they were just flat out defensively, we manhandled them.
Yeah, you've got to come up and make the play on that football.
As a live ball.
Yep. And I'm sorry, that was number 31 over there, so my apologies to Tommy Arnold. That was 31 on the kickoff team, Travis Graham, the junior. And you've got to come up and make that play. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons.
The big first mistake by either team.
Yeah, and right now you might as well. It's 1st and 10. You know, you stretch that defense, or that Grizzly defense.
Yeah.
As the officials are not sure what they're discussing. It appeared to be a legal kick.
It traveled 10 yards.
Yep. So it did not touch the ground. Yeah, it did not touch the ground.
So there is a referee here. He's right. The ball has to touch the ground first.
Yeah.
It never did.
Yeah.
So that is going to be an illegal touch. It will become the Grizzlies' ball here in a moment.
Yeah, well, we'll take another look at it. You know, obviously, their kicker there, Burney, is saying, all right, guys, come on in. We're going to do this onside. And the ball it never touches the ground. He kicks it straight up in the air, and it's caught by the Falcons on the far side there. Now, if he lets it hit the ground, now it's a live ball, right?
Yep, it never went across the ground. You're absolutely correct.
So that is Davion Pritchard on the reception. So the Grizzlies will get the football. They should. Now let's see what the officials. Yes, it is official now as the referee says it is Grizzly football. Now Wadsworth in really good field position.
Excellent field position and nice. Big change of fortune here for the Falcons.
Well, what I really like about that is that the officials took time to look at that. Now there's a flag on TJ, the head coach for Austintown Fitch Falcons, unsportsmanlike conduct, and that'll be a sideline warning. Now, what I like about that is these are kids playing a football game, and they're making the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to give credit. I did not remember that rule myself.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was courtesy of one Maverick Blackburn's father, who happens not only to be a former coach, but he also is now an official.
Yeah.
So excellent job. And I thank him for coming by the booth and saying that that was an illegal touch because it has to hit the ground first.
Now let's see how the Falcons respond to that turn of events, and an interesting turn of events to say the
very
least.
Interesting.
Here.
Yep.
Yes, we've only consumed 3 seconds off this second half clock.
They got a lot of momentum going their way, and then that balloon just popped and deflated before anything happened. Coach Todd's still asking for another explanation. Something's going on here. Well, they ask him they're re-kicking it looks like. So they're just moving them back and making them re-kick it.
Well, you've also got the unsportsmanlike penalty, right? So they're going to be kicking off from, I believe, around the 25-yard line. So the Grizzlies, again, should get really good field position. What a strange turn of events here to start the second half. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's going to be a fight all the way. I don't think Finch is going to give up by no means. I think this is going to be a feisty fight all the way to the end. With the Finch Falcons, how's that? Feisty fight with the Finch Falcons.
That's too much, my friend. All right. Well, the Falcons now, I don't believe they'll onside this one.
No.
They line it up at the 25-yard line.
Often when you're lining up at the 25, 30-yard line to receive the kickoff.
Yeah, speaking of which, Will Stack, and is that Davis Nye?
Davis Nye looks like back there.
Back deep. And we might get underway.
Yes. 3 seconds have gone off on the clock on the second half here. So here we go. We're going to get the kick off once again. Squib kick picked up by Davis Nye. Nice job picking up that knuckleball. He's got a little seam, taken down, tackled at the 50-yard line. Grizzlies in great shape to take over their first possession of the second half.
Well, that's better field position than what they were going to give us. And Davis Nye looked like a shortstop on the Grizzly baseball team. Nice job by the young man. And 1st and 10 now. Ball placed right at the 50, just outside the paw print here at Art Wright Stadium. If you're just joining us, Mike Elkins along with Robert Rickenbacker. This non-conference matchup between the Grizzlies and the Falcons of Austintown Fitch.
Well, let's see what kind of chess match is coming out. There's been adjustments made at halftime. We'll see what the Fitch has tried to figure out for our defense, and I'm sure Coach Todd's made some changes too. Figure eight bounces it out right.
And a flag on the play. And the flag was well away from the play side.
Left side of the offensive line, right side of the defensive line. Let's see what the call is.
Going to be holding against the offense. And, you know, we don't get a number. And I was looking at that far side on how well Crowley was handling Robinson and handled him. Looked to be very well again on that play. Of course, the Grizzlies running away from Robinson.
You see Crowley asking for explanation. He has hands up. But that's away from the play. That's frustrating. I mean, that's frustrating for everybody on hand. Not that, again, we can call holding on every single play. I believe it was 78 that got the penalty called on him, which would not have been.
Yeah, that would have been Pasco, Jared.
At center. So it brings up 1st and 20. Fisher drops back. He's got pressure, steps up, throws. And caught.
I'm going to say incomplete. Pass intended for Will Stack.
And came, that was number 1, Cam Smith on coverage. He did a nice job there. You see a good shot of the Iowa State recruit.
Luke Fisher doing a nice job. Pressure was coming. He steps up in the pocket, tries to find Will Stack. Will unable to come down with the pass. 2nd down and 20 now for the Grizzlies. An opportunity you don't want to squander. A really good field position. We've lost 10 yards after the holding penalty.
Will Stack goes in motion. Fisher now going deep and intercepted after Will Stack trips up with Zed Evans. There goes the penalty flag as a clip.
Well, this is an ill-advised pass by Fisher because he's got to roll to his right and then he throws off the back foot, and so he overthrows Will Stack, and the interception is made there by Evans. And
I think Will Stack's feet tripped him up with Evans, and he went down if he doesn't stumble.
And on the return, there's a block in the back, which will push Fitch back to the 15-yard line. And a sloppy start to the first.
Crazy start for.
And you look to the left side of your screen here, number 2, and right there is the block in the back, the clip. Number 8, number 9.
Evans, that's quarterback.
Number 9 would be, Deshaun Vaughn, the quarterback for the Falcons. And
Williams on the play we just missed. Williams was on the carry. He picks up about 6 yards on the first down carry.
Gavin Madigan made the stop for Wadsworth. Coming down and 4 now for Falcons.
And so that clip makes the 10th penalty on Finch tonight. So it brings up 2nd and 4. Vaughn's going to keep and run. He's got some running room. He has one Grizzly to beat, and no one's going to catch him. He's going to go in and score.
Yeah, no flags on the play, and nice job on the left side of that Falcon offensive line. And Vaughn, we talked about the dual threat from the top of the ball game and what he poses against this Grizzly defense. And you see just a quarterback keeper and a nice block seals the inside for Vaughn, and nice block on the outside.
Yeah, Madigan looks like he got closed in, pushed in when he should have stayed out.
And that brings in Bernie now for the PAT. And how important is that missed PAT right now in the second quarter for the Grizzlies after that offsides or the false start? Calix Limp now coming in on the...
And it's funny, he ran off at the end there too and then came back on. Kick is up and it is good. So Fitch does take the lead, 14-13. Just 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about how explosive this Falcon team can be, and that was just a perfect example of it. You've got guys with tremendous speed, and good job by the Falcon offensive line sealing the Grizzly defense to the inside, and now Wadsworth needs to answer.
Yeah, absolutely. And Finch answered actually because they had the onside kick, they recovered it, they were all pumped up. Then the balloon was popped and deflated, and then they pick it off. So they were backed up on their own side of the field. They score quickly. Plenty of time here.
A game of note. We were talking at halftime. A game of note is that Mentor-Solon contest, and Solon was up 21-19 over Mentor. I believe it was still in the second quarter, right?
Second quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Medina was at 21-14 over Brunswick.
Yeah, 21-14 in the third, that was a surprising score to me.
And, in the American Conference of the Suburban League, we were looking at scores. Barberton 21-7 over Aurora. That was a shocker. Yeah. We thought Aurora at 6-1, might be faring a little bit better in that football game. And, of course, our friends down the street, Medina Highland, was all over Cuyahoga Falls, 56-7 in the second quarter.
Second quarter. That's brutal.
Now we'll tee it up again, and
there was a slight delay. There was something on the field that one of the refs went and picked up. Now it's picked up now. We're back to live action. Kick is away. Davis Nye is going to take it near the 9-yard line. Still on his feet as he hits the 30-yard line.
Davis Nye on the return.
Yeah, Davis Nye going to be stopped by a host of Falcons. Looks like number 6 and number 8 initially on the stop. Arthur Kroom and J. Allen Underwood of the Falcons.
We need 2 cars moved, please. A black Toyota.
Well, Grizzlies looking to respond to a long touchdown run by the quarterback, Deshaun Vaughn of the Falcons.
So we got trips to the bottom of the screen. Davis Nye at the top by himself. Figure 8 to the right of Fisher. Fisher throws it out. Caught by Will Stack.
A nice easy pick up there by the Grizzlies of about 4 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 6. A good situation for your offense. Just a long stretch play. Aaron Keating on the outside getting a nice block on number 3, Dan Evans. to free up, I believe, that Stack on the reception?
Stack was on the reception, yes. Keating to the bottom of the screen by himself now this time. Figure eight, the pistol behind Fisher. Fisher right ahead, and boy, picks up 3-4 yards after contact, dragging some white jerseys with him.
Now, how about number 56, Aaron Reese, who just continues to block downfield, and slow getting up there is number 28 for the Falcons. That's Christian Latone, 5'10", 180-pound senior. And Aaron Reese just
number 56.
He
right
makes
there,
contact, and he just continues to just block his man downfield. And then, you know, what's really nice is, you know, he'll block a guy, he'll chip, he'll go down to the next level to the next level. He just doesn't stop.
I was showing you some of the footage from the Stowe. He immediately threw his defensive end down and then got the linebacker and drove him 15 yards downfield. It's impressive. Figure eight on the carry, but he is met by 44,
That's
55.
Yeah, boy, coming in and putting the helmet on Figure eight is Rocco DeFlorio. DeFlorio, 5'11", 200-pound sophomore, coming from that linebacker position.
So brings up 2nd and 10. Now, this is a very well-matched teams here. Figure eight.
They got 8 guys in the box.
Fisher dropping back to throw. Intended for Davis Nye, but boy, it looked like a white jersey was doing some serious holding out there on him. As Davis Nye make his cut, it looked like the white jersey grabbed him. So it brings up 3rd and 10. And you have to, with that kind of men in the box showing blitz, you got to get rid of the ball quick. You're not going to run against that.
Yeah, you see them here in the second half, Robert. The Falcons are bringing more pressure than we saw in the first half.
Pressure on Fisher. Throw it over the middle. Picks up the first down. Will Stack does with the ball. It's pushed out of bounds as he crosses the Grizzly 40-yard line. Chains will move.
Christian Latone runs Will Stack out of bounds, but again, Fisher doing a nice job finding Will Stack, and Will just doing his thing. First down, Grizzlies.
And I actually saw Kyle Figure eight come out of the backfield uncovered too. He was about 5 yards behind Will Stack. Figure eight with the carry.
You know, Kyle's averaging anywhere from 4 to 5 yards per carry on first down. This is, again, that offensive line doing a great job. And I think if Wadsworth is going to win this football game, this offensive line has got to take control right now.
Yes. And as we're saying, try to wear the Finch out, keep punching them, hitting them, and keep them in their face and win. You know, try to win each battle. If not, come back and hit them again. Luke Fisher throws off the Will Stack, who number 9, Vaughn, just comes up and hits him just as the ball comes in and does a nice job breaking up the pass.
Yeah, that's what you call in football terminology a haymaker, right? Yeah. I mean, that's just a hit. And you look at Vaughn, who's strong safety, but he's also the quarterback. 3rd down now and 6 for the Grizzlies. Big 3rd down for this offensive unit. Luke Fisher now going to turn to Coach Todd, and we're going to change the play, likely changing the routes.
Come quickly off to Will Stack, who breaks 2 tackles, picks up the first down, and makes one of the Finch Falcons fall down and look silly, actually. Will Stack just making magic out there with his feet.
Now let's take a look at this, because, you know, obviously Will Stack is a crafty runner, but how about here on the left side is Davis Nye doing a smart thing by not extending his hands and getting that push in the back. And he avoids a penalty. Big first down for the Grizzlies.
Figure eight with the carry right up middle, picks up 2 or 3 yards, but you know that defensive back tried to break down, and with that rain we had at the end of the second quarter, made it slippery. He just slipped right out underneath.
Chandler Roller on the stop for the Falcons on that last play.
But something tells me that may be a highlight reel put on the Will Stack highlight reel. Figure eight hurdles one of the Grizzlies, picks up maybe a yard on that carry.
Yeah, Brian Robinson's with a tackle on the play. I think that's the first time we've really called his number here tonight. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Probably 2 down territory here. Or do you kick a field goal?
Yeah, I think you kick a field goal if you don't get the first down. You're certainly within Jack Dinwiddie's range.
Sure.
Plenty of football left in this one.
Jack Dinwiddie's sitting up, warming up on the sidelines. Play clock down to 8 seconds. Fisher going to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Will Stack with a touchdown grab.
Now Will Stack is able to get a step on Deshaun Vaughn, their strong safety, beats him on a drag route across the end zone, and Fisher finds the former quarterback, Will Stack, for a connection.
You see the replay?
See, Stack is lined up on the right side. It's an out. I call it a drag. It's an out, and he gets a step on Deshaun Vaughn. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
He was going to Will Stack the whole time.
Yeah, you got to go for 2 here.
Figure eight to the right of Fisher. You have Will Stack in motion. Fisher rolling right. Looking, throws, intended, and caught. Is that caught by Davis Nye?
That's Aaron Keating.
Big 2-point conversion.
Keating with, I believe, is it 2 touchdowns on the night, and now a 2-point conversion?
Very nicely done, yes.
Now that is huge. Absolutely
Yes,
huge. And Fisher showing great patience here. He knows pressure's coming from the backside by Robinson, and just able to find Keating. And
yeah, threads it in. He gets Tommy Arnold was just to the right of him too. It looked like he was uncovered as well.
Now that is a great response by this Grizzly offensive unit. A good drive and a great answer to that long Deshaun Vaughn touchdown run.
And to get everything back to some kind of momentum going your way and a little bit more stable, because that first 5 minutes of that third quarter was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and right there, I think you're looking at the guy that, we haven't talked about player of the game yet. There's still quite a bit of time left, but he's certainly a candidate tonight.
Sure. I'm also have to think maybe one Evan Crowley, if we can keep
absolutely.
the
100%.
Keep the big-time defensive end quiet, as they have done most of the night.
Another guy that comes to mind is Braden Probst. He had a tremendous first quarter, and he's continued to play solid the entire football game. Here we go, 5:52 now remaining third quarter. Mr. Jack Dinwiddie to tee it up.
I'm sure this may be on the ground.
My money is on the ground.
Yep. There's why you do it. Bobbles it. Number 8 picks it up, and he's just buried immediately.
Yeah, J. Allen Underwood. You got to wonder, the temperature's dropping. It's getting a little bit colder. The turf is a little wet. The football could be damp, and it's just a little more difficult to handle the football right now.
Dinwiddie does a nice job there. Grizzly kickoff team does a great job getting down there and making the tackle. 5:46 left in the third quarter. Davis Nye's been up on number 16, Dominic Perry, all night long. A 6'2", 180-pound junior that's been shut down now. You got twins each side stacked, with Williams to the right of Vaughn. Vaughn hands off. No, Vaughn keeps it. Tackled after a short 2 or 3 yard gain.
Yeah, Cohen Grimm, the Grim Reaper, on the stop.
And guess who else? Number 45, one Braden Probst.
Yeah,
we got to come up with a nickname with him, because he is vicious. I love the way he comes downhill and makes a tackle. They gave him 3 on that carry. Williams with the carry. Has a hole. Picks up the first down.
Madigan and Probst on the stop. Madigan the first on the contact. First down now for the Falcons. Nice job by Williams. His run was designed off the left side. He cuts it back.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Okay, yep. Vaughn now takes a pause, looks over for coach for the play call.
Cheerleaders there trying to keep the fans. It's getting chilly tonight, isn't it?
It's chilly. Quiets down the fans because their hands are in the pockets trying to keep warm. Vaughn keeps it. Being chased by a host of Grizzlies. Davis Nye does a great job knocking Vaughn out of bounds. Looks like there'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah, definitely a tackle for a loss on that particular play. And this is what I think Fitch runs into problems here. If they're not successful with Williams and they turn to Vaughn, we just spy Vaughn. You know, you just put a Maverick Blackburn or Ian Kaufman or Braden Probst on him, and it becomes a one-on-one. Now it's 2nd down and 12 for the Falcons on their own 37-yard line.
Trips formation at the bottom screen. Hand off to Williams. Madigan's out there. Brings him down out of bounds. Short 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain on that. Will bring up a big 3rd down.
Gavin Madigan showing a burst of speed from that corner position. And that's a gain of about 1 or 2 for the Falcons. A big 3rd down and 10 now for this Grizzly defense. And we talked about it earlier. You can't call Calix Lemp and Gavin Madigan freshmen anymore. They're half a season under the belt or more.
From day one, they didn't play like a freshman either.
Blitz coming.
Koff, Ryder in there, Blackburn's in there, and Vaughn knocked out of bounds. Looks like maybe 3-4 yards short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, Cohen Grimm and Maverick Blackburn breaking up the play over there, stopping Vaughn short of a 1st down. It's now going to be 4th down and about 5.
Luke Ryder was in pursuit as well.
We're going to keep Vaughn on the football field.
I mean, again, because he can punt. They'll make you think, would you run it at this point in time with Vaughn?
Now, this is where you spy him, right? Yep. I mean, you've got an Ian Kaufman or Gavin Madigan in that linebacker spot right now. Madigan's lined up there.
And Williams is the up back in that formation.
And now, the Falcons are going to talk about it.
Yep. And there's definitely some trickery going on there.
I think it's risky for the Falcons to do anything in this position on the football field. Wadsworth has been able to move the football, and you make a mistake here, you create a short field for Wadsworth.
And Wadsworth's defense has made one bad play all night, and they gave up a touchdown. I'm not knocking them on that. I'm just saying they played very well. To your point, maybe you don't risk making a fake punt here and running it because how good Wadsworth's defense has been playing.
Yeah, again, this is a football team in the Falcons, 39 points, 36.9, almost 37 points a ball game. And you look at how well this defense has played tonight. And, this coaching staff has certainly prepared these young men for, to compete well against a Fitch team. Again, ranked 15th in the state in Division II.
Yep. Vaughn back in possible punt formation. We have no one back deep to receive it. We do punt. They do punt it. No one's back. Davis Nye just gets away from it. And Grizzlies look like they're going to take over near the 25-yard line. Great job by the defense once again.
Well, I think also the Falcons, I mean, they, to your point, they have to respect the Grizzly defense. You've got some weapons offensively there in Williams and Vaughn who could run the football, but you cannot risk turning the football over at that point of the football field.
A good shot. I believe that is over at the press box across from us. The wayside. It looks like the Wadsworth Community Radio Bunch is what they're seeing.
Joe Yastrzemski, Dr. McIlvain calling the action here tonight on Wadsworth Radio. 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies at their own 26-yard line.
Figure eight tries to bounce it right, and that hole's closed quickly by number 8, Underwood, I believe it was. So they give him 1 on that.
Underwood. One, make the 2nd down and 9 now, ball on the 27-yard line.
So we have Davis Nye at the top of the screen by himself. That leaves Keating and Stack, thrown to Stack. Big hole here. Stack has the ball, and Cam Smith, Dane Evans trying just to strip it out rather than tackle him, and he finally gives up and pushes him out of bounds.
Well, Aaron Keating with a great block on the edge there. That frees Stack to get downfield for a first down. And the Grizzlies now at their own 43-yard line driving.
Very good point, because he's going to get the stats and the glory on that run. But, yeah, it was the blockers that opened that hole up for him. Figure eight right up the middle, but, boy, he was tackled by...
Yeah, it looks like Arthur Kroom in there. I beg your pardon, it's number 8, J. Allen Underwood on the stop.
And he's stone cold, just brought Figure eight down, which is unusual. One guy bringing him down by himself.
Yeah, but I think Underwood took a helmet right in the gut. He looks a little shaky right now.
Figure eight running hard, as usual.
Short gain on the play, 2nd and 9.
Number 13, Keating for the Grizzlies at the screen, on the bottom of the screen here, one-on-one with Evans.
Yeah, we saw that earlier in the game.
Yep. Fisher.
He's got help now with the safety coming underneath.
Fisher's got pressure. Now he steps up, still on his feet running. And down he goes. He picks up maybe three yards on that. And it's something you don't want to see him doing right now. You don't want him to get hurt again. He's still, shoulder's still healing up. He did his best he could do to scramble.
Well, Fitch did a nice job defensively on that play. They showed man, but they were actually in zone coverage. And that strong safety drops into zone coverage and actually showed double coverage on Keating.
Which is where he looked directly first, was right to Keating. Figure eight takes the carry, just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It was a fake jet sweep to Will Stack.
I think you punt this football. It's 4th down and a long 3, call it 4. I think you've got to kick this football away. Plenty of time left in this one.
And punt it deep. You get it back and try to pin him deep.
Yeah, we're going to maybe try and get the Falcons to jump off sides here.
Will Stack in motion. You look over the coach to see what the call is.
You know, the key here is sustained drives here in the second half. Play clock is down to 0. I think we call it timeout. And we'll talk about it, 4th down and 4. But, you know, again, this is the situation Fitch was in the previous drive, right?
Yeah, and our defense is playing lights out. So punt it deep.
Yep.
Try to pin him deep and let your defense get out on 3 downs.
Yeah, we haven't seen a fake punt this year from this team.
No, we have not. And I believe Maverick Blackburn is the one that's had a few carries in that position. And before, I don't think you do it here, though. I really don't. But I do know Coach Todd is he's a little riverboat gambler every once in a while. So Davis Nye set to receive the snap.
Dan Evans deep for the Falcons.
Punt is back. Right to Evans. He takes it about the 16-yard line. He's running in circles now and taken down.
Ian Kaufman on the stop, as well as Braden Probst, and number 12 for the Grizzlies there. That's Carson Bucks, who's had a pretty good game of special teams tonight, Carson Bucks.
Yes, he has.
45 seconds now left in the 3rd quarter, and I think that's the right decision. You try to force Fitch into a long field.
Cohen Grimm, you got Luke Ryder, and is that Pappas in there now? I believe it is.
Yeah, it's Luke Rams here on the right end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Linebackers of Blackburn and Kaufman. Vaughn looking to drop. Throw. He throws deep. He has a receiver open. And in and out of number 13's hands, Jaden Ely had a touchdown if he hauls that in.
Yeah, he was definitely guaranteed 6. He had a step and a half on the Grizzlies secondary. That's Davis Nye on the coverage, I believe.
Vaughn did a beautiful job putting it right where he had to put it.
Yeah, it's just, just a little bit too long, and second down and 10 now.
Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, Eli drops it. Ely. They got trips to the bottom of the screen for Fitch. Hand off to Williams, up the middle. Tackled after a short gain.
Yeah, it's just a simple trap play trying to get Williams through that first and second level, but well defended there by the Grizzlies. Luke Ryder in there.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, big third down. And what do you do if you're Fitch? Your passing game hasn't been all that successful. They've tried to go over the top and get vertical.
And I'm watching Evans coming across the field, number 3, and he looks a little winded. He's a little tired is actually what it looks like to me. Late in the third quarter, a lot of these guys playing both ways. Vaughn rolls right. It's a screen back to Williams out of the backfield, and he's dragged out of bounds after he picks up the first down and much more. Good play call. Getting him to come out of the backfield like that. Nice job. Nice play call. You got to tip their hat to them on that play.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter. As your Grizzlies lead at 21-14, the Falcons are driving.
Again, defense shut them down, all except for that one big play, and then that play there. So still there. Just keep your composure. Now it's fourth quarter. You're up by 7. Nice job.
Well, you've certainly got to stop this drive. You certainly don't want to. Fitch can go down there and tie it up, and there's still a lot of football left. That was a really nice play call going back to that last play because it appeared to be a screen play, but Williams comes out of the backfield. He's wide open, and big first down for the Falcons, and they are now at their own 42-yard line.
What you got was Vaughn rolled a little bit to the right to draw the attention towards him while Williams snuck out of the backfield. You got a couple steps on Kaufman, who was in trail coverage.
Vaughn's a big, strong young man, and so he's got the arm to make that long throw across the field.
Yep. So the team meal this week was by Jay's Auto Sales, provided it. 500 pieces of Cane's chicken. Williams with the carry. 500 pieces of Cane's chicken. Feeding 150 young men. Hungry young men.
You ever have Cane's chicken?
Yes, I have. My son loves it.
It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, yes, it is.
I don't know. Is it Cane's or Chick-fil-A? Which one?
Ooh, two different. Yes, yeah.
Well, yeah. How about Popeyes?
Popeyes is there too,
Yeah.
but you got to thank Jay's Auto Sales for the team meal this week. Last week was Domino's Pizza, fed the team. Brings us up 2nd and 5. Vaughn looking to throw. Now he's got pressure. He's dancing back there trying to find. He got Aaron Reese in pursuit. Throws. Caught by number 13.
Yeah, that's Ely and Calix Lemp on the coverage. And Deshaun Vaughn running for his life. He's got going Grimm after him. And then Aaron Reese is going to come. That's not even a contest, folks. Vaughn's going to win that one every day.
Number 12 still on his feet.
That's 42 Williams, I believe, the ball carrier.
That was 42, sorry.
So no gain on the play. Second down. Actually, they're going to give him 2. 2nd and 8.
Finch right back to the line of scrimmage. Vaughn looking over the field. Now looks to the sideline.
And again, we've seen Aaron Reese now in nose tackle. We've seen Luke Ryder and Aaron Reese spell each other at that position here tonight. Grizzlies show blitz off the corner. Here it comes in Davis Nye.
Davis Nye. Vaughn with a great spin move to avoid a tackle or two. Blackburn finally brings him down, but close to the first down marker. Yep, they call for the chains to move.
Well, number 50, Rocco Odom for the Falcons, doing a nice job on that offensive line as he stopped Ian Kaufman trying to make his way through that offensive line to make the tackle. And Rocco Odom, a returning starter on that offensive line for the Falcons.
Williams with the carry. Blackburn's first one on the scene. He has a host of other Grizzlies helping him with the tackle.
Gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7. And what you're seeing here, I mean, you know, Wadsworth and Austintown, both offensive lines trying to take control of this football game.
Make it 2nd down and 7 now for the Falcons.
Second and 7. Down near 9 minutes left in the game. Vaughn drops back. He's got pressure. Cohen Grimm. There was a hold on Cohen Grimm at one point. Thrown in the end zone. Misses intended receiver.
Calix Lamp was on the coverage. Ball was thrown wide of the intended receiver, which I believe was number 16. That would be Dominic Perry. That's the first time we've called his number tonight, I believe.
That's the one Davis Nye has been covering most of the night, but now we're seeing Davis Nye come off the edge every once in a while on the blitz. But you see the crowd, the student body and the band getting into the game.
I didn't get the memo on the blackout.
I did not see that as well, but I do have black on.
We've got to do a better job.
Okay. So it brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 2 down territory now for the Falcons.
Williams with the carry, bounces it left. He has some running room, has the first down. Referee and goes down in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's taken down by number 76, Jack Knight. Jack Knight, only 6'2", 245-pound offensive lineman by the Falcons.
Being handed the 3rd quarter stats. Thank you, Dave Gordon. 269 yards for Finch now. Mostly he's got to be coming on that Vaughn's touchdown run. To Wadsworth's 314 yards. Williams with the carry. Right up the middle, not much there.
Yeah, we've seen this defense all year long, Ben, but not break. This is another opportunity as the clock continues to run as we approach 8:40 now remaining. Do they have a goal line stand in them, Robert?
If ever needed one, this is it.
Yeah,
here.
This is it, yeah. Band looking to get the student body get loud and
tight trips formation to the right side of the offensive line.
Yeah, looking to encourage this defense that's been stellar all season long and against another great opponent here tonight against the Falcons.
Vaughn looking to throw, rolling right. He's going to keep it now. He's going to go in and score. Touchdown, Falcons. And you're hearing a lot. I don't know if you can hear the crowd over anything, but there's a lot of holding calls being called from the stands here at this point in time.
Now you see some of the coaching staff also wondering about it. There's a hold right there in the middle.
On Cohen
There's
Grimm.
a hold on Cohen Grimm right in front of the official, and he doesn't call it. Well,
yeah.
And that's all you can do is play football and hope the official makes the right call, and that time he didn't. Cohen Grimm clearly held. That brings on Bernie now for the PAT to tie it up for the Falcons.
Big extra point attempt. Boy, the Grizzlies came in there close, but that's up and good. Ties up the score 21-all with 8:06 left in the game.
Yeah, I know don't know if we'll get another chance to take a look at that, but you know, Cohen Grimm in pursuit of Vaughn, and you know he's going to get held
right there.
Right, he's held the entire play. You see that left.
He's holding.
Arm,
he's
pulling his jersey, and yeah, there's not much Mr. Grimm can do.
And he is responsible for holding that edge. And when you're being held, it opens up that whole outside corner.
Yeah. Well, you can't dwell on that. Obviously, if you're the Grizzlies, you got to come out and put points on the board. Tied up, 21. Good football game.
Yeah, good football game. This is where the offense just has to now score. They have to methodically drive down, take time off the clock, stick it in that end zone.
Yeah, we talked about, you can call holding if you want to on every single play, but there's also plays, Robert, that are just obvious. And when you see that separation in that jersey, that's an obvious hold.
And that's what's frustrating, especially when it's away from the play and it gets called, and then this one right in front of the play, it affects the play drastically, like it did there. So who's back? We got Davis Nye, and is that Mr. Will Stack? Looks like. Let's see if we can get a nice return back from them. Set up the offense in a good field position, hopefully. Kick is to Davis Nye, takes it at about the 12. He's going to be taken down as he crosses the 26-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Davis Nye as he's doubling over that football with both arms, protecting it. It is a valuable possession with 7:59 now remaining in regulation in this one. Coach Todd talked about this one being one of the brightest spotlights of any football game in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, we were looking at all the other teams and scores. This is the one that stuck out to me. And obviously, I'm a little biased, but there's no other game that was really as big as this, I thought.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? You got two teams at the top of their region and their divisions in the computer polls. Well-played football game all the way around, and could be a preview, obviously, Fitch being that Division II and Wadsworth Division I, but big win if the Grizzlies can pull this one out.
Fisher hits Will Stack, picks up enough for the first down. The chains will move.
Yeah, I think that play is going to be available here again. Will Stack on that easy underneath route gets a first down for the Grizzlies. Ball's going to be placed at their own 40-yard line.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left so far. Davis Nye at the bottom of the screen by himself. That puts Will Stack, Keating at the top. Well, hand off to Figure Eight. Figure Eight's just met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss.
Yeah, Robinson really picking up his game right now when the Falcons need it. He drops Figure Eight for a loss on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11, 2nd down and 12. See, Robinson has moved to the inside. They've moved him off of the edge. He's now a down lineman. 6 in the box for the Falcons. They're going to bring pressure on the left-hand side. Now they back it off.
So here comes the pressure. Thrown over the middle, and Kyle Figure Eight in his hands and out.
Yeah, well, you see what they're doing there is Robinson is a down lineman. He's so quick getting off the ball. He's getting in there and disrupting plays. And now it looks like they may move him on 3rd down in pass coverage. They're going to move him down to the right end. And look at those long arms. They're going to try and get around Evan Crowley, who's the Grizzly left tackle, who's done a fantastic job.
Yep. Now, earlier in the game, we saw Arnold chipping him a little bit and helping, but he hasn't recently. Crowley's done a nice job, and they had to move Robinson in to get something on. Fisher.
They bring 6.
Over the middle, and it's Figure Eight out of the backfield. Just misses him.
And that time the Falcons bring 6 with pressure, and we just miss Figure Eight on a swing route out of the backfield. 4th down and 11. That'll bring on Davis Nye to punt.
Yep. Davis Nye hopefully can get a good punt off here. They got 2 Falcons setting up deep to receive the punt, which is number 1 and number 3. One is Cam Smith, and the other one being Evans, Dan Evans. Finch, if you want to count, they have 12 men on the field. Dan Evans still on his feet and finally knocked out of bounds. But if you quickly count the guys, if you go back and count, there was 12 Falcons on the field for that play.
Well, if that's the case, it's tough to block all 12 with 11 of yours, right?
Yes.
Well, Fitch with a big punt return. Ball is placed at the
28-yard line.
28-yard line, and 1st and 10, and great field position with 6:48 left. And not sure how the officials may have missed that one.
But Falcons in great field position for this drive, where the score's tied up here. Williams with the carry. Picks up 10 yards, and then he finally is knocked down.
Davis Nye just puts a lick on him.
Puts a shoulder into him and knocks him straight to the turf.
Yeah, take another look at it. Davis Nye coming from that corner position. Just it's like, 42 Williams throws his helmet right at Davis Nye. That should be a helmet-to-helmet call. Nye lowers his shoulder, but Williams goes in with the hat.
Williams with the carry.
That'll be a first down, enough for a first down on Williams' carry.
Ian Kaufman comes in and hits him, slows him up a little bit, does not make the tackle. But it looks like Drew Jones, number 2 for the Grizzlies, ends up bringing him down.
Hey, Luke Ryder back in a nose tackle for the Grizzlies. Last series, Aaron Reese was in there. It's like, Drew Jones on the right end.
Yep, right end, number 2.
No, we haven't seen a turnover yet.
Not by Finch. And wow.
Now that is a great play by Sams.
33 comes up and just brings down Evans after making the catch.
Yeah, that's a TFL for Brandon Sams. Second down and 12, and again, this is 4-down territory for the Falcons. That clock continues to run.
Huge next couple set of downs for the Grizzlies defense here. 2 receivers both sides of the field now for Falcons. Williams to the right of Vaughn. Williams with the carry. Bounces it outside. He's going to come close to that first down marker before he's taken out of bounds. Williams has been a workhorse, and he wasn't even the starter at the beginning of the game here, but James going down.
Yeah, Jamel James went down the very first play of the football game.
There's no loss of production with Williams running the ball.
Now you got 2 downs to get 2 yards if you're the Falcons and set yourself up for a first and goal. It'd be nice to see a turnover. We've not seen one yet here from the Falcons.
Blitz being showed by both linebackers coming off the edge. Williams gets the carry. He stutter steps enough to avoid the blitzers and picks up the first down.
Yeah, he'll get to about the 3-yard line, 4-yard line. They'll mark it first and goal. Reese comes in, Crowley comes in on that defensive line. The goal line defense now. Ryder comes out, Drew Jones out. Now this is goal line defense for the Grizzlies.
Ball placed on the 4-yard line. I would have to think Williams or Vaughn's going to be carrying it here. Williams carries it.
He's going to be tackled for a loss. And the bottom of that is Braden Probst. Coming off the bottom of that pile, Cohen Grimm. Second down and goal now from the 5. Vaughn's been very good about going around the edge on the wide side of the field. Yes. I think you've got to be aware of that. Be careful with your backers if you're bringing them, because you're going to leave that wide side open.
Take the jet sweep. Williams has the carry. Maybe picks up a yard as he dives to get something.
Yeah, it looked like he was upended on the play. Yeah. And coming off the bottom of that pile is Ian Kaufman. That'll be a gain of about 2. 3rd and 3 now. 3rd and goal from the 3.
So if they don't pick this up, I think you'd go for a field goal here. 3 points. The kicker's good.
Oh, I think you have to at this point, yeah. I mean, you do create a long field for the Grizzlies, but you definitely want to, you want to be ahead with, approaching 2.5 minutes left here.
And Vaughn up under center.
Yeah, Vaughn's under center. Now we got a whistle.
Yep. Timeout, Fitch.
Timeout.
2:36 left in the game. Fitch down to 1 timeout. And Grizzlies going to have a big defensive stand here.
When you look at Fitch's games this year and who they've played, this is the toughest opponent. You think about obviously they lose to Massillon,
yeah.
right? I mean, they're 6-1. Massillon is a great program, but everyone else they played, McKinley and so on. This is the best football team they played.
Yeah. And what I saw, I think, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, was Cleveland.com, who does a lot of high school sports coverage. They took a coverage of, they made a rank this week of the best high school football programs this year, regardless of division. You had Chardon in the top 20. You had Kirtland. You had, of course, St. Ed, St. Ignatius, Mentor, Avon, Medina Highland, Medina Bees, Austintown Falcons in the top 20 of all teams in the state of Ohio.
I think there's another team that should probably be in that.
Grizzlies were even in the top 50, which I look for.
Yeah. This is what another poll had. Wadsworth is the 8th most improved football team in the state of Ohio. Here we go, 3rd and goal from the 3.
Williams right of Vaughn. Evans rolls right. So does Vaughn. Vaughn throws in the end zone and knocked down by
that is Davis Nye.
Knocked down. It was intended for Dan Evans, number 3, who was in the end zone. Nicely done by Davis Nye.
Well, that's a spectacular defensive play by the 6'2", 200-pound senior Davis Nye. And here comes the field goal unit. And then take another look at it. Braden Probst just chasing from behind. And look, there's another hold again.
Look, on Cohen Grimm once again. He's got to be the most held individual.
Actually, that hold, I think, was on number 12. That's Carson Bucks is being held. But Davis Nye able to get the hand out and on to attempt the field goal is number 41, Josiah Burney.
Hey, they're out of time. Play clock is out of time.
Yeah,
delay a game.
Yeah, Robert, the officials, I think, I don't want to be critical, but, we out of time, and it looked as though they were going to allow that snap to take place, and then the 12 men on the field. I don't want to say that they're falling asleep, but these are 2 good football teams out here.
Yes, absolutely.
Putting forth their best effort.
Figure Eight checks in for one of the defensive linemen. They're going to all out try to block this without question.
Yeah, this is field goal block.
So 4th and 8, 2:30 left in the game. Falcons trying to kick next 3 points. Kick is up. It is no good.
How about that?
No good. The pressure, cracks under pressure, the Falcons kicker does.
Now, the snap was good, the hold was good. And again, you go back to 5 yards makes a difference, right? And, the second quarter, we go in and we score. We miss the PAT after we jump off sides. And here you have a delay of game, move you back 5 yards, and now your field goal kicker, pressure or otherwise, hits the upright. And we'll take a look at it.
See if we got a good shot of it.
Yeah, snap was good. Kick was good. As look for it to come into the image, it hits the.
I think it's hard to tell what it hit.
Hard to tell, yeah. I thought it hit the upright and fell short.
Yep. So Grizzlies take over on the 20-yard line.
2:20. Is it 2:28 remaining?
Yep. Grizzlies with 2 timeouts.
Now you've got a good field goal kicker too, and Jack Dinwiddie.
Yep. Empty backfield. And Fisher throws that out of bounds.
Fisher's pass was out of bounds.
He started Robinson. He had so much time. Robinson finally got in there on him, and he had to just throw it away. The secondary of the Falcons did a very nice job in their coverage. The offensive line did a good job giving them time. But finally, just sometimes you have too much time and you had to get rid of it. So it brings up 2nd down and 10. 2:22 left in the game. Play calls coming from the sideline. Figure Eight to the right of Fisher. Fisher dropping back. He's got time, finds Davis Nye over the middle on that drag route, freezes one Falcon with a stutter step, and then finally taken out of bounds and then thrown down after he's out of bounds.
That's a nice adjustment on the sideline by Coach Todd as he calls the routes from the sideline based on the defensive formation. Davis Nye gets a big pickup and a first down for the Grizzlies, and it gets them out of deep trouble. And
I love that drag route he has going across the middle with Davis Nye.
Yeah, that much better field position now. You could do a little, you could get a little bit more creative with your offense. 6 in the box now for the Falcons.
Figure 8 motions out of the backfield. Here comes the blitz. Fisher loots it, throws, caught by Keating, who runs out of bounds after he gets to the Falcons' 40-yard line.
Now, Aaron Keating having just a spectacular football game here. He's just over the middle. He's wide open, and Luke Fisher, just aware, just the mindfulness, and finds Keating, the senior receiver, for a big first down.
Figure 8 with the carry, bounces it left. Davis is trying to block out there, but does a good job just putting his hands up and making sure that he doesn't push in the back. No blocking in the back.
Now this is where, if you're Wadsworth, you want to get to the line of scrimmage quickly and get the call play in and not allow that Falcon defense to catch their breath.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Big Robinson on the right side now is the down tackle.
Figure 8 right up the middle. Big hole, first down. Boy,
I got to tell you, how about the left tackle, Evan Crowley, who manhandled Brian Robinson. How about the left side of that offensive line? My goodness. I mean, Robinson was in on the tackle, but not before 7 yards downfield.
Clock is down to minute 13 in the game.
Linebacker Christian Latone of the Falcons barking signals to the Falcon defense. 8 on the play clock.
Fisher drops back. He's got pressure. He's going to go down for a sack.
Yeah, right here. Not sure if you want to call a timeout.
Yeah, the clock is still ticking, still turning. 47 seconds and counting. You got to be quick, though. You got to be moving quickly here.
Now this is that 2-minute offense that we talked about that they practiced so well on Thursdays.
Fisher.
Screenplay.
And drop by Will Stack coming across the middle. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 32 seconds left in the game.
Fisher's pass intended for Will Stack, incomplete.
Well, I got to think you've got to get to the 15-yard line.
Yes, I would think so.
To attempt a field goal, it would be short of a first down.
Play clock down to 12 seconds. Fisher drops back, throws towards the end zone.
And no flag on the play.
They're bringing pressure on every play. And this time Figure 8 steps up and the blitzing linebacker just goes right around them.
So that's 4th down now, 4th and 18.
You're not going to go for a field goal here, so you got to try to make up, either go for the end zone or you got to get 20 yards, 19 yards. That's a lot to make.
You got Fitch has got 1 timeout left.
Yep.
And you get the ball with around 20 seconds left. But again, Fitch has got some tremendous offensive weapons, but it's 4th and 18.
Fisher going to the end zone. Davis Nye, intended for Davis Nye, incomplete. Turnover on downs. 17 seconds left in the ball game. I like the call, though, going to the Davis Nye, who's a big receiver.
Yeah, he's double teamed in the corner over there, and some shenanigans by the Fitch Falcons in the north end zone. This is where you worry about,
hook and ladder.
Deshaun Vaughn, who can tuck the run, and we've seen him run. But we're going to be in sort of a prevent defense. We'll be rushing 3, bringing 3, and dropping 8.
You got Braden Prost was lined up 25, 30 yards deep. Now we got this crazy formation, but we have no one back deep. That's what makes me worried. And really no one going back deep.
Yeah, Deshaun's going to run it. And 71 is holding. They're not going to call it. Coach Todd is livid on the sideline.
They may want to explain to them what a holding call is because they don't know what it is.
Coach Todd livid. 8 seconds now left in regulation in this one. And we'll see if did they throw a penalty flag. I didn't see a flag come out.
I still don't see it on the field. But they're all going back. Right? Yeah, there is. By
the far
40-yard line. Yep.
Okay. Well, they finally called it.
Yep.
Probably 8 minutes too late. I'm referring back to the Cohen Grimm when he was held. And the question is, do you want to...
Which time?
Yeah, which time, right. Carson Bucks also held on that last drive with the missed field goal by the Falcons. Yeah. So you definitely take the penalty. You don't get time back on the clock, and you push 8 seconds left. Yeah, you push it back.
Push him back, and you keep at least 2 safeties back deep, really deep.
No, I think you'll see. Yeah, we'll bring 3, drop 8. Like checking in is number 35. That's Parker Ross, the linebacker for the Grizzlies.
For Ian Kaufman. They just take a knee. They're going to go in overtime. It's it'd be the first for a while. It's been a while since we've been in overtime that I can think of. But overtime we will go. 21 all. It's been a fight.
How about this? How about it?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, when you talk about growth in this football program, a couple of weeks ago, Hudson comes in here at the Division II, ranked number 14th in the state.
Yep.
Okay, we lose by 10.
Yep.
And here we have the 15th ranked Austintown Fitch Falcons. We're tied at 21 going overtime.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, this is a good measuring stick to see where we're at. It's also a good measuring stick. We have Luke Fisher in here again playing. Again, nothing against Will Stack. I thought he did a fabulous job offensively for us. But Luke Fisher gives you, Stack back at receiver as well, as
Absolutely,
you see.
yeah.
And it just makes us so much more dynamic. And hopefully we may get a chance at Medina down the road, maybe the 3rd round of the playoffs, hopefully. But great game here tonight.
Who do you like here in overtime when you think you got a really short field? Wadsworth with a big offensive line, Falcons with a big defensive line. They've got a 5-star recruit on the defensive line.
We've been handling that.
Yes, we have.
D1 recruit
yes,
most of the night.
Yeah.
He's gotten a little active here when they're moving around a little bit, but I like figure 8. I think I'll take our offensive line. I run right behind Reese.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Someone's calling me a homer for picking us here, but I would love to go behind Reese and pull Tom Arnold and come around, let him lead block around and figure 8 there. That would be such a lovely view there. But
for the Falcons, you've got Deshaun Vaughn, their quarterback, and then DJ Williams has had a really good second half. He's been a workhorse as you mentioned in the 3rd quarter for the Falcons. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously it comes down to which defense is best here in the overtime period.
Yep.
I mean,
our defense has been phenomenal almost all night. The outside edge is starting to come open, and we're not sure exactly why that is, but we've got to shore that up. Otherwise, their speed doesn't scare me down the field because it's only a short field now.
See who won the toss here. Looks like Austintown Fitch is going to
decline.
They'll defer. Wadsworth will get the ball.
Yep. So correctly, we get the ball on the 20. Both teams get a possession, correct?
Yep, both teams.
Regardless if they score or not, they both get a chance to score.
Correct.
So if we get 3, Finch gets to try to score.
It's not that sudden death, the first team that scores. Yep.
So as long as we keep scoring and matching, or they matching us, we keep playing.
I got a better idea. We just score, then stop them. How's that
love
work?
that idea.
Yeah. At some point, I think it's after 2 touchdowns, you've got to go for the 2-point conversion versus the PAT. Yep. Or the kick. So overtime at Art Wright on homecoming 2022, tied up at 21, and this this is everything that we thought it was going to be here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a physical match, and I can't say I've seen this physical of a game here at Art Wright in a long time.
Yeah, there's actually no game clock, so you'll see no time on the clock. Here we go, first and 10 Grizzlies from the 20-yard line. First overtime period.
Davis Nye in motion. Will Stack keeps it right up the middle.
Why not?
And I didn't even pick up Will Stack was in there at quarterback.
Yeah, he just brings that different element. He's going to stay in. Will Stack. It'll be second down and 2 for the Grizzlies. Stack will keep it. And we've got a face mask.
There's a face mask, yep.
Well, what Will Stack does so well for this Grizzly is that he's that read run option. He's reading the backer, fake to Figure, and he'll try to turn it upfield, and number 12 grabs the face mask for a penalty. That's Kylan Foster.
Yep. So while we got a moment while they're marking off the penalty here. Now, at halftime, Finch had 129 yards of offense. They ended the game with 343 yards of offense.
That's Vaughn and DJ Williams.
Yep. A big difference in the second half. Grizzlies still playing good ball. The ball is going to be moved down to the 6-yard line on that face mask
first
penalty.
goal.
Yep. Yeah, Finch with 12 total penalties for 91 yards.
Plenty of time left on the play clock as it just started.
Luke Fisher back in at quarterback. Figure with the ball right up the middle, down to the goal line, and in for the touchdown. Touchdown is signaled. Grizzly score. The most important point here is the extra point here.
Yeah, this is huge. And, take a look at the push of this offensive line to help Figure get into the end zone. And again, when you can rotate quarterbacks like Coach Todd can do between Fisher and Stack, what's going to happen? You got to know who's in the backfield, and Kyle Figure he just lowers his head. He goes under the defense. And look at that big number 78 driving him home. That's Jared Pasco. Touchdown Grizzlies. Here's the PAT. Dinwiddie on.
Pasco for the hold. Kick is up, and it's good. Very important. 28-21. Grizzlies lead in the first part of the overtime. So the Grizzly defense up for the task one more time tonight.
Yeah, they've been stellar all night. You think about, we'll take another look at it. He just ducks right underneath the Figure, and he just finds that seam and gets into the end zone. And a big score for the Grizzlies. Now, defensively, really only 2 guys have killed you in the second half: DJ Williams and Sean Devon. Yeah,
absolutely. Vaughn keeping the plays alive with his feet. You see that. Williams just running hard.
And for the first time tonight, this Wadsworth faithful up on their feet cheering on this defensive unit. 28-21, first overtime period against the 15th-ranked Falcons.
Vaughn keeps it. He's being chased down. He had to reverse his field. And he's finally taken out of bounds after picking up just a few yards.
Yeah, you just see how quick he is, and he's able to just reverse fields just like that. He gets a short gain on the field on the play. And second down and 8 now for the Falcons, and that's that weapon that he is for the Falcons.
Trips to the top of the screen, one receiver to the bottom. Williams to right of Vaughn. Williams with the carry, trying to stretch it out left. And he's taken down. There goes a penalty flag. It looks like let's hopefully call for a hold. It's going to get a horse collar.
I think he's calling horse collar, but I don't think it was a horse collar tackle. He's saying it is, and I don't know. There's obviously no
Figure
replay in high school.
Is that Figure there?
Yeah. We'll take a look at it. DJ Williams on the carry, 55 is on the block, and they're saying he grabbed the back of his helmet.
Yeah, that's Figure on the tackle.
And I think he's got his hand wrapped on the jersey. Of course, as he spins around, we can't see, but I don't see the hand slipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
That's tough.
It's hard to. Yeah, it looks like it might go under right there. And you see how the head goes down. So certainly Figueroa didn't intend to do that. He's just making a football play,
trying to get the guy down on the field, down. So puts
First
the ball
and goal.
ball on the 8-yard line. First down. Crowd getting loud. Hand off to Williams right up the middle to the 5-yard line.
They might mark it just short of the 5. Second down and goal.
Williams getting up slow. He's been a workhorse all night long.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think he may be around 28 to 30 carries. Look at him. He's been beat up. I mean, he's just been hit hard by this Grizzly defense. Now the official's going to walk over and say, "Sonny, you're okay."
Okay, yeah.
And you got to wonder if you're the Falcons, you can't lose DJ Williams. You've already lost your starting running back in Jamal James.
He's definitely gassed and limping. Like I say, he got up late, slowly. See if Vaughn keeps it this time. Vaughn barking out the play call. Williams is the left to Vaughn now. Hand off to Williams, right up the middle and into the end zone.
Now that's true grit by DJ Williams and that offensive line for the Falcons. And you see just Williams just determined to get to pay dirt. And here's the all-important PAT, and we know how the last one went, or the field goal attempt.
You have to think Grizzlies going to be coming for this one.
The holder is going to be number 44, Rocco DeFlorio. And the kicker is Josiah Burney. This to tie it.
Snaps back. Kick is up, and it is good. So we're going to go into second overtime. 28 all. Wow.
Now you feel bad for Kyle Figueroa. He just had his hand, and there's a good look at DJ Williams getting into the end zone. He's just trying to make a play, and his hand gets into the wrong place at the wrong time, and otherwise it's 3rd and 5 from the 15.
They can make that call, but they can't call holding. See.
Yeah, well.
So anyways. So at this point, I believe Falcons gets the ball now. They get to score first, or attempt to score first, and then we'll get the second shot. We got Aaron Reese in the middle. Cohen Grimm. Looks like Figueroa is playing the defensive end, right defensive end at the moment. Blackburn, Kaufman in the middle at linebacker.
The referee's going to go over there and have a conversation with the Fitch coach.
So here we go, second overtime period.
Student body making their way down to this side of the field to cheer on their Grizzlies. As jump up on the fence, and why not?
Yep. Cheer on your team right here. Make it loud, make it hard for Falcons. High snap. Williams with the carry. Met at the line of scrimmage by 3 Grizzlies.
Now, who's in the middle is Aaron Reese in that stop. Cohen Grimm, the Grim Reaper, in. Maverick Blackburn. Madigan also in on the stop. That's a loss on the play. Second and a long 10 now for the Falcons. The Falcons really showing patience.
Love the crowd, the sound. How loud is Evans?
Intercepted!
Intercepted by the Grizzlies. Just go down. Go down. Ian Kaufman with his first INT of the season.
Now the biggest play of the season for the Grizzlies right there by the senior linebacker, Ian Kaufman.
The first offensive mistake, putting the ball in turnover.
Well, the pressure is coming from the backside, and it's Madigan.
Figuray,
yes, and he wraps up the quarterback and Kaufman.
First thought was, can I score with this? The second thought was, nah, I don't think I can.
No, you don't want to turn it over again and give it back. So, yeah, the best thing to do is just take a knee. And now the Grizzlies can methodically set up for, if they like to, a game-winning field goal. But you certainly want to get closer than what you are now. It would be a 37-yard attempt at this point.
Yes.
Who's at quarterback? Will Stack.
Yep. Figuray right up the middle.
Why not?
Hard 5-6 yards, just bursting up through the middle.
Well, that INT has just got to just pop the air out of that Fitch balloon.
Figuray right around the 100-yard mark. Met at the line of scrimmage this time. So he's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Dinwiddie getting ready on the sideline. He's walking back and forth as he puts his kicking shoe on, works his way up towards Coach Todd.
We love just to stick it in the end zone. We love to win it on the field goal too, but Figuray right up the middle.
He's going to have a first down.
First down.
How about the running back, Kyle Figuray?
Hey, what about this too? The call from Coach Todd putting Will Stack back in here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you have to be mindful of his ability on the read run option.
Figuray picks up another 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, just tremendous effort by both football teams here tonight.
Figuray right up the middle.
A steady diet to Figuray. And there's number 56, Chandler Waller, on the stop.
Figuray's getting up slow after being taken down after the whistle blew, quite some time after the whistle blew.
Yeah, J. Allen Underwood also on the stop, and will.
That's why how kids get hurt. You stop at the whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll check on Figuray again. They're looking at, this time, the right. It looks like maybe the right leg. Holding it. Well, we are in field goal range. Ball is, we'll take another look at this.
Yep.
You know, it's been a steady diet to Figuray.
We would appreciate it if all fans would make a conscious effort tonight to throw
number
your trash
8,
in
number
our trash
56.
located in the bleacher areas.
And
the whistle's blown right about there.
This weekend, please help us out a little bit.
And they pick him up and they drop him on his left knee is what happened. If he dropped, it looks like he drops on his left knee.
Yeah, on his left knee, yeah. So we certainly hope Figuray is fine. 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line.
Remember, reserve seat.
It'd be a 25-yard field goal attempt.
Definitely
from that location.
Definitely within his range. Huh. Interesting. I just saw Zach Wise, number 25, go into the huddle. Interesting.
Well, in the Suburban League, Barberton beats Aurora.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Barberton beat Aurora tonight.
Wow, that's an upset.
Yeah, Aurora was 6-1 going into that game, the final 35-14. And you take a look at the Suburban League National Division. Hudson clinches tonight. Yeah, this is before tonight, but Hudson with a win clinches it. You see Wadsworth there, North Royalton, and it'll be North Royalton next week, and the week after is at Twinsburg. WCTV will not be there. We'll be back here in round 1 of the playoffs.
Figuray still down. This does not look good. Figuray is in some serious pain here. Helmet's off. Hate to see this. I hate to see that because the whistle blew and they continued to drive him back and they did nothing about it. That's frustrating to me.
Yeah, we'll take one more look at it from downstairs. John Bernard running the plays and the dials for us, and Kyle is a guy that just doesn't like
going down
to churn. Stop churning, and you got to give credit.
You can see the whistle blew. Our guys all stop moving. And this continues.
Yep.
And there should be no reason why that continues.
You've got 3 guys taking down 1, and you'll see that again. He grabs. You see him. He'll grab the calf, and it goes down hard on that knee. Coach Todd walking out there to check on his junior running back, who has seen. Kyle Figueroa is. We've just seen him grow. One is a sophomore last year, when he entered the lineup, but just throughout every week, he's become a better and stronger running back.
Well, absolutely, and like you said, he didn't start out as a running back. When Davis and I went down last year, then they tried a few different things, and Figueroa ended up running hard. And this does not look good.
Some of this could also be just some precaution, protecting the young boy's knee or leg, whatever it might be.
It looks like they're putting a stabilizer on it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
The air cast is basically what they're putting on. Here comes out the stretcher, which you hate to see this.
Well, again, to your point, you have to wonder where's a penalty flag on this. Whistle blows, your team stops, and your ball carrier says, okay, I'm going to stop too.
Yeah, and you got 3 or 4 guys driving them back, and it's very clear and obvious our guys stop. They go to the whistle. Well, the guys are right around them. Stop.
Sure. Yeah. So our prayers go out to Kyle Figueroa and
his family. And
his family as they take his cleat off. And, boy, he's had a tremendous football game, over 100 yards now.
Yeah, 100
right?
yards.
How many carries do we have on the night for Mr. Figueroa?
30 carries on the night.
He's been a workhorse too. You talk about DJ Williams of the Falcons. Here we have our own Kyle Figueroa, and all he's doing here in this final drive is setting us up for a good field goal attempt. And on what would be the last play prior to this field goal attempt, he's hurt. Coach Todd having a conversation with TJ over there and the Falcons, and we'd love to hear what that conversation is all about.
Absolutely.
He's, his star running back. He just Wadsworth just gets their starting quarterback, back in the lineup, and that puts Will Stack into a position that makes you stronger offensively. And now you could possibly lose Figueroa.
Right. Now, I do believe in the backup, Nathan Metzger.
Absolutely, yes.
Especially go back to the second game of the season last year against Worcester, where he had a breakout game. He had a phenomenal game. I think he could be there. But, hey, this team's grown, come over much adversity. Like you said, we lose Luke Fisher for 4 weeks. Will Stack had to go from receiver to quarterback. Did a great job.
Yeah, Coach Todd often says that nothing comes easy.
Nothing.
You've got to work for everything, and here we have it. When we get back to play here, it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line, and you would imagine Metzger will be back in the ball game, but you got to wonder, will Coach Todd bring in Luke Fisher on this potentially last play versus leaving Will Stack in, because Will is so good with the read run option. And what Will could do obviously is he's so good on the edge, he gets around the edge, can just go in the end zone and score.
Right. And Nathan Metzger hasn't played a lot tonight. That mesh, like you're talking about, may not be as smooth. Nathan Metzger hasn't played a lot of running back in the last couple of weeks, and so you got to worry about that. And that's a very true concern there.
Yeah, running backs, are a lot. They like to get into a rhythm of a football game. We talked about that earlier in the season, and to your point with Nathan not seeing a whole lot of action over the last couple of weeks, there is a gamble.
Yes, absolutely.
But that's not to say that we're going to see him next week and the week after.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see. And then go back to earlier in the season when Nathan Metzger was dinged up a little bit. We saw Madigan in the backfield running a couple of plays.
Yeah.
So
again, this football team has seen adversity and challenges all season long, and you see on the right side of your screen, Jack Dinwiddie, as he's warming up, as he's kicking into that net, preparing for what could potentially be a game-winning field goal against the 15th ranked team in the state of Ohio in Division II.
Yeah. So we got a couple minutes here. As Kyle's, and it looks like he's got him up on the stretcher here. They talked about Wadsworth WHS Friday Night Lights. Don Blue is running that and picks a player of the week every week. A cheerleader, a band member, and a football player. Cheerleader this week, senior Lily Frank. And I got to apologize, I do not know who the band member is. I know the person's name's Connor, but I don't know the last name. I apologize to that. But we'll be picking a player of the game for Wadsworth after the game is over. But what happens is one of the local sponsors, team businesses.
How about that? Nathan Metzger goes out along with some of the offensive linemen. 53, that's Evan Crowley. Braden Probst also out there wishing Kyle the best. Kyle disappointed. Certainly wants to finish this football game out.
Yeah,
and just a tough break.
Right to the right.
My goodness. This is a phenomenal football game here tonight by Figure Eight. As he unfortunately will leave this game.
That's some good sportsmanship by the Falcons coming over there and wishing Figure Eight good luck. That's some good sportsmanship there. They don't want to see that happen either, because they know it could happen to them.
Absolutely,
just as well.
absolutely.
So, but as I was saying, Don Blue goes around and local businesses sponsor gift cards, and this week's winners all get Deloche from the Strand at the Strand. From great gelato.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Salted caramel is my favorite. Absolutely.
Anything over there is my favorite.
Yes,
I'll take it. Just give me one scoop of everything.
The future Friday Night Lighters all were victorious this week, except for the freshmen who have not played yet. They're playing tomorrow. You can see Figure Eight being taken out. He's a junior. He'll get healthy. He'll be back next year.
He may be back for the playoffs. You know, we don't know, but
we said the same thing about Luke Fisher. We thought he was done for the season. So you never know.
Now, what do? You know, you come out here. It looks like they're going to give these two teams, and the temperature's really dropped here. It's into the 40s now. I think we started. It was close to 60 degrees, and they've been idle for several minutes now, and the faithful here at Arkwright Stadium cheering on this team and what could be an upset. I think there was only one prognosticator picked the Grizzlies to win tonight.
One of the guys in the Medina Gazette, one of them picked the Grizzlies to win. Everybody else, Fantastic 50, Cleveland.com, everybody else.
Beacon Journal, yeah. Well, you figure you've got two plays. You got 3rd and goal. You try to put it in the end zone, and then you kick your field goal.
Yes.
Boy, again, we said at the onset of this game, a victory on what a stamp that puts on this season.
Agreed. So clock is ticking. So clock is running now.
What's interesting is I don't see number clock on. Yeah. I don't see number 23 in the lineup on the field.
I see
for the Falcons.
That's Blackburn in the backfield.
Blackburn in the backfield.
Will Stack straight ahead, and number 12 for the Falcons just puts an arm out and catches him.
That's Kylan Foster. And here we go. It comes down to the sophomore field goal kicker, Jack Dinwiddie. Pasco will hold it. And the snapper is going to be Max Hatfield, number 65.
Timeout.
It'll be a 24-yard attempt.
Timeout. Now, say Falcons. They first originally called the Grizzlies, called a timeout. I'm thinking we didn't do that. Timeout. Falcons. Give Jack Dinwiddie a couple more minutes to a warm up, and think about winning this hard-fought battle here.
I'd be of the mindset there's nothing to think about. You just go do it, right?
Absolutely. He's thinking about winning it, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Just go do it.
Just one last reminder, the Grizzlies are home again next Friday night against
Ian Kaufman with the big interception. You kind of forget about that now with Kyle Figueroa going down and getting hurt, but
yeah, that seems like, it was more than a half ago. We'll take another look at it. This is Deshaun Vaughn going back, feels the pressure, underthrows it, and Kaufman playing center field. He's just watching the eyes of Vaughn.
Which is rare because he was
fix it.
Running the rush the whole night here. So here we go for the win.
Again, Hatfield to snap it, Pasco to hold it, Dinwiddie to kick it.
Kick, snaps back good. It is blocked. We will go to the third overtime. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They just crashed through the left side of that field goal unit, and Dinwiddie didn't have much of a chance to get that ball off the ground. The snap is a little bit to the right side of Pasco, and it was it Vaughn that came in? It looked like Deshaun Vaughn came in.
With it, or Robinson with his long arms, one of the two coming off the right end.
They just crashed right through.
Yeah, it's coming right through the middle.
Deshaun Vaughn.
No, number 8, Underwood.
Underwood, yeah.
Number 8, Underwood did it. But, okay, so Falcons get the ball offensively. We go on defense.
Yeah, I think we'll get the ball here.
Yeah, we get the ball. Sorry. Just testing you, Coach.
Yeah, unfortunately, the snap was just to the outside of Pasco. You see he's got to reach for it, and now he's got to bring it down, and that very well could be the difference in whether or not that is a successful field goal attempt and a game winner or a blocked field goal attempt. Here we go. Overtime session number 3. Both teams scoring a touchdown on their first drive. It was Austintown turning it over on an Ian Kaufman interception on their second drive, and the Grizzlies with a failed field goal attempt on drive number 2.
Luke Fisher's in with Nathan Metzger in the pistol formation right behind him. We'll turn around and look, see what Coach calls. Thrown towards the end zone. Turns around, catches it for the touchdown. Touchdown, Davis Nye.
Well, that offensive line gives Fisher plenty of time, and what a throw by the senior quarterback as he throws it to the outside of Fisher, and Fisher turns around, makes the reception, touchdown Grizzlies. We'll take a look at it. Plenty of time to throw the football, and the ball's thrown on the outside, and what a tremendous effort there by Davis Nye.
Here, I thought they had to go for 2, but they're kicking an extra point. That
there you go.
Extra point is up and is good. Grizzlies lead 35-28. Now, yeah, must go for 2 after 3 overtimes, evidently.
By now, this defensive unit that's had some time to catch their breath,
yes.
Unfortunately, to the Kyle Figueroa injury, but well, one play and you're back on top, 35-28.
Yep.
Here come the Falcons, and this is people getting their money's worth tonight. Good football game.
You got Drew Jones, number 2 at right defensive end. Looks like Aaron Reese at nose, and Cohen Grimm. Fisher has over 300 yards passing tonight. Williams bounces it left, still on his feet, and finally taken down after a short gain.
It looked like Simon Kilker on the stop, number 22? Or was it Madigan? Hard to see the numbers out there. I think it was Madigan.
Yeah, I think it's Madigan as well.
Yep. That'll bring up a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Falcons were out without timeouts. Or no, they should have got 2 timeouts when they started the third period. So, okay, they have 2 timeouts. The scoreboard is incorrect. Vaughn throws off to the left, swing pass, and thrown out of bounds.
Well, that is an outstanding play over there by Davis Nye. He does a nice job of containing the edge. It's just a swing pass, and he holds on to that block and stops that play for a gain of about 1, long 2. It's 3rd and 6 now. Hey, Davis Nye with an excellent football game as well.
Absolutely.
My goodness. I mean, a number of Grizzlies have turned in spectacular performances tonight against this Finch Falcons. Here we go. Third down.
6 to go. Vaughn keeps it, rolls right, looking, throws, caught, and number 3, Evans, goes in and scores.
Yeah, no flags on the play, and it's the all-important PAT once again. This is, the Falcons have been successful on this play. I mean, Vaughn's just doing this, it's a play action, but he's just rolling out, and he's just buying time for his receiver to get open.
It's the same play that Davis Nye knocked down earlier.
Yeah, Sams was on the coverage, but Dan Evans, he's a speedy receiver here for the Falcons.
The all-important extra point.
Kick is up.
It is good. Here we go. 4th overtime period.
Yeah, now you've got to go PAT. You've got to go to the 2-point conversion. And I believe Fitch will get this. Yeah, Fitch will be on the field first, offensively. Yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road now, right?
Unfortunately, lucky this was not early in the season when it was hot. Because so many players, especially for the Falcons, going both ways.
I got to tell you, I don't know about you, but I don't feel cold anymore.
No.
This is good high school football, and 35-35 in what has been a spectacularly played football game.
Back and forth. Like you said, haymaker taken by Vaughn, taking that touchdown run, and then the Grizzlies coming right back.
Here we go. The Grizzly faithful getting into it once again, urging on this Grizzly defense. TJ Williams in the backfield. Go ahead, sir.
2 receivers each side of the field. Williams with the carry. Bouncing and left, still on his feet. Finally taking Drew Jones. Host of other Grizzlies. I see Madigan in there as well. Can't quite make out that young man there who was on the tackle as well.
Yeah, hard to tell. It's I know Gavin Madigan is over there.
Madigan was there, and so was.
It looked like Carson Bucks.
Williams with the handoff once again. Still on his feet. He's going to go in and score. Touchdown, Falcons. Yeah, no holding there or nothing on Ian Kaufman.
Madigan with a missed tackle as Williams just runs right through his tackle. Now you've got to go for, now they're going to go for.
Wow, maybe they're going for an extra point again. I thought they had to go for 2 at some point here. Yeah. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Falcons take the lead, 42-35, with the Grizzlies getting to take their attempt from 20 yards out.
You'll see offensively, we'll get around Coach Todd, and the last drive we had was one play and a touchdown pass to Davis Nye on the left side of that end zone. John Byers, Aaron Reese, Teague, Evan Crowley.
Must answer this time.
Yeah. Receivers are Davis Nye, Keating, Stack.
Metzger in the backfield behind Fisher.
And Tommy Arnold.
Fisher's going to drop back and throw. He's got plenty of time. Looking towards.
Flag, pass interference.
Pass interference. There we go. On number 2.
Yeah,
not very happy about it.
Davion Pritchard will get flagged. Yeah, you're right, my friend. He's not happy about it.
Nope. And he better walk away before he gets a penalty.
He's either upset with himself or he's upset with the call. It matters little.
Ball will be placed at the 10-yard line, I believe. So 1st and 10 from the 10.
Yeah, we'll go 1st and goal, and
that penalty gives the Grizzlies a 1st and 10 now. Ball is the 10-yard line.
Play calls in. Austintown Fitch now with 14 penalties on the night for 107 yards. Fisher going towards the end zone. And wow, what a job by number 13 for the Falcons for knocking that away. It looked like another touchdown to Davis Nye, and he does a nice job getting his head turned around, finding the ball and knocking it down.
Yeah, Jaden Ely is the one that came over from the safety position. They were picking on the corner, Sean Devon. And or I should say Deshaun Vaughn. It's been a long night for me too. 2nd and 10 now from the 10. I think it's 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yes, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're picking on Deshaun Vaughn over there. Why not? He's been on the field a long time tonight.
Fisher had the scramble. Thrown to the end zone, out of bounds, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10. Obviously, 2-down territory. We have one of the Falcons down, number 56, goes down grabbing his right lower leg.
That's Chandler Waller, defensive tackle. He's just a sophomore too, 6'2", 175 pounds. He's been on the field all night. And we've called his number a few times tonight, maybe cramping.
Yeah, speaking of the long nights, 10:20 and it's way past our bedtime. These old men.
And that's it.
Are you kidding? I'm just getting started, right?
You mean starting your truck to get it warmed up to go home?
Yeah, folks at home would be, tuning in to WCTV at 11 p.m. tonight and waiting for the football game, right? We're still here at Wright Stadium.
We may be still playing, right?
Yep.
So 42-35. What a game.
Well, you're right. It's 2-down territory. Obviously, you've got to get the ball in the end zone, and you really miss Kyle Figueroa right now, don't you? Because he gives you that ability with Will Stack, even a quarterback. You've got to respect both of those guys in their run abilities, and nothing against Luke Fisher. He's not the same runner as is Will Stack.
Nope.
And Metzger in the backfield now. Will Stack will go left with Davis Nye on the right side. Aaron Keating, and it looks like Tommy Arnold.
They resume the 3rd down and 10 for the Grizzlies.
2 receivers each side of the field for the Grizzlies. Arnold and Keating at the bottom of the screen. Stack, inside receiver with Davis Nye at the top. Looking left, throws, going to the end zone, and intercepted. Game over. Falcons.
Now that time the Falcons brought 5, and we had one-on-one coverage on the outside, and just not enough on the football.
No.
It's intercepted by the Falcons, and they walk away, stunning this Grizzly crowd, 42-35. One last look at it. Fisher's he's locked on his outside receiver. That's Davis Nye, and
let's see,
some hand pushing there, and the interception made there by Davion Pritchard, who redeems himself as he was called with pass interference on the previous 2 plays on the near sideline. And what a football game here tonight at Wright Stadium between 2 quality programs, my friend.
2 great programs. We played tooth and nail with them the whole night long.
It says a lot about this football team, as we've said all season long. And there is still, my friend, plenty of football left.
Yeah, plenty of football left. Yep.
We've got next week North Royalton. The week after that, we will be at Twinsburg. Again, WCTV will not be there, but we will be back with you the following week in round 1 of the playoffs. And
I believe we still have coverage of the Twinsburg. They'll stream it in.
Yes, yeah. Well, we've got a wonderful camera crew upstairs. Aiden Uzinski and Drew Bixler downstairs, John Bernard, and for Robert Rickenbacker, I am Mike Elkins. And once again, the final tonight, Fitch 42, Wadsworth 35. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.